an accident.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Okay, did you call the police yet?
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna call an advocate and you can tell us both at the same time, okay?
Hey, Sarah, your dad told me that you need help.
So, is there anything that I need to do? Or...
Just focus on getting better.
With an advocate on your side, you're never alone.
Today's the day. And look who I just met.
Hey, Dad.
You deserve a worry-free recovery. You deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
The Monty Show live on your YouTube machine. I want to call it Good Friday before Super Bowl LIX. Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is on Sunday. It's Super Bowl Friday on X. I don't know what. We have it all for you. It is the Monty Show Sextravaganza preview of the Super Bowl. Let's get wild on the show today. Please don't, actually. Full Super Bowl preview for you today. But I got to be honest with you. I don't wake up and choose violence most days. I don't. That happens when Jake shows up at the studio late like he did today. Were you, in fact, late today?
No.
No, you weren't. You were on time. But Eli Manning not being in the Hall of Fame, and listen, I largely think the Pro Football Hall of Fame is a popularity contest. How is Eli Manning not a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, how do you beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and you're not a Hall of Famer?
No. He didn't beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. He ended the single greatest season in Super Bowl history when he beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Do you understand? Yeah, he's won 2 Super Bowls. Yes. He's won 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Yes. He beat the single greatest football team the NFL has ever seen and ended their hopes of an undefeated season. And he yesterday was snubbed by the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And even more to that, a guy on the other side, Adam Vinatieri, if there's a Hall of Fame and Adam Vinatieri's not in it, there's no such thing as a Hall of Fame.
Right.
Never been a better kicker. Well, Mike Vanderjagt, but that's a different kind of story. You don't even know who that is.
Well, I thought you were going to, bring up Justin Tugger, but that didn't.
Tugger?
Yeah.
Do you know who Adam or Mike Vanderjagt is?
No.
You don't. The idiot kicker. My point is, Adam Vinatieri, if he's not in the Hall of Fame, there is no such thing as a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear that these guys should have been first ballot guys. I don't know how Eli Manning is wild that he is not a first ballot instant inductee. I don't know how he's not just automatically in. Like, to me, you hear the name Eli Manning, that's a Hall of Famer. Like, there's no question about it. Like,
First comment in today. I don't think I will be the only one meat gazing during the game, Jake? Oh, that's amazing. See? I told you, do not wake
Today's
up today.
Be that show, dude.
Do not roll in here and choose violence. And Dana, whoever the hell, decided today was about violence. And it is true that Jake continues to make references. Yesterday's meat gazing reference was about, oh, did you not put the picture in here? I should go up to the picture. Was about this cat right here. Jake's like, oh, bro, I know it's invisible, but look at that package.
They just couldn't see Ricky, but they could see his package.
They can't see Ricky, but you can't miss that package either, boy.
Ricky in the bush was just incredible.
Speaking of the bush.
Yeah. Put it on the screen, dude. Put Ricky in the bush on the screen, dude. Look at this guy. Look at this. What?
Literally and figuratively, Ricky's in the bush. Not really sure what to... Anyway. Well, Dana, thanks for taking us off the track.
Yeah,
really,
that was great contribution.
Really appreciate that, Dana. How is he? Legitimately, let's get into it. Is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer? There's no question. In a league where all we care about is how many rings you have, he's got multiple rings and multiple Super Bowl MVPs, and he's not in. He is absolutely one of the best quarterbacks of his generation. This is a guy that if you look at Eli Manning's statistics and you look at the fact that this cat threw for 57,000 yards, that he threw 366 touchdowns, by what measure is he not a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what the logic would be. This is my point. Like, I don't know how you're, a Hall of Fame voter, and you sit there and you look at his resume, and it's not just a stats thing. Everyone just goes to the stats. Like, obviously, there's kind of this baseline that you need to be at, to be in the neighborhood and be in the conversation and getting into the Hall of Fame. He's clearly got that. And so then my mind goes to, okay, well, if he's got the stats, then how does someone look at his career and the achievements and say, well, yeah, this guy's not really a Hall of Famer? I mean, he's got, he's won at the highest level. He's beat the best in the game. Like, he was the underdog.
The single biggest, best franchise dynasty, the best season we've ever seen, as 12.5-point dogs. What was that? Super Bowl in 2007. They beat the undefeated New England Patriots as 12.5-point dogs. They beat the undefeated New England Patriots. I am shocked that Eli Manning was snubbed by Hall of Fame voters. Do you think it's an anti-New York bias? Like, how do you explain it?
It can only be people saying things like, hey, Eli doesn't do that unless David Tyree makes some ridiculous catch. Like Eli doesn't win this or do that unless some crazy thing happens. That's what the haters say. They say, oh, well, gosh, that catch was just incredible, and Eli would have never won that game, and that's what all the haters say. And I'm just simply saying, like, dude, it's one of the greatest plays in NFL history. Like, it's not even in question. And again, and I always say this, I'm not even a Giants fan. I'm not even a New York sports fan per se. Now, I'll say this, when the Giants are good, it's better for the NFL. And I was absolutely here for, growing up watching NFL games, I was here for the Manning brothers versus Tom Brady. I was here for that energy. I was here for, hey, Tom and everyone, like, everybody hated the Patriots and Tom and the hoodie and their dominance. And I remember watching that game and the absolute, like, celebration for the Patriots losing that game was incredible. So I just think that I don't, when you ask me, hey, how does someone vote no on Eli Manning? This is the Ichiro conversation. How did we have someone vote no on Ichiro for the Baseball Hall of Fame?
I mean, the guy
it's the same thing.
The guy had in 2011 the single best NFL playoff run in the history of the National Football League. He has got the record for passing yards in a playoff season. Like, I don't, at the argument, obviously the argument against him is that he was a mediocre quarterback or led teams to a mediocre record during the regular season. I think he's something like 117 and 117, which is the argument against him. But again, we're in a league and in an era where all we do is count championship rings. That's all we do. Eli Manning's got 2 of them. And with Eli Manning, the Giants don't win those Super Bowls. That is inarguable. And you look at his numbers, and he's got 2 of the best postseason runs ever. And he's got the best postseason run ever in 2011. And in 2007, he ended one of the great dynasties in the history of the NFL and ended one of the, if the 07 Patriots had gone undefeated, if the 06-07 Patriots had gone undefeated and won the Super Bowl, that would have been the best season in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, Tom would have 8.
And he ended that. That I don't, if we're going to count rings, let's count rings.
Yeah.
That guy's got 2, and he's got 2 MVPs in the best season, statistically speaking, the best season in the history of the NFL as far as a postseason run goes.
Yet he's not a first ballot guy, and everyone's going to say A-Rod is. Like,
that's wild to me.
Like, he's won more than Aaron has.
It's
like,
wild to me. And I think it can only be an I think there's some drag because of his name. That his last name's Manning. He's got to be super elite. No, he doesn't. Because of his old man and his brother.
Well, and I think it can't work both ways, right? Because what did everybody say about Eli? Well, he's nowhere near as good as Peyton is, right? Peyton's the guy. Like, Peyton in Indy was crazy. It was always, hey, Peyton's the better of the two. Eli's just kind of around. And then, Eli did some winning, lived up to it. And now on the backside of the process, we're sitting here snubbing this guy. And I guess I just don't like it because ultimately, there's no question he was one of the best playoff performers we've ever seen. Like, legitimately. I can get down with, hey, this cat was a 500 quarterback in the regular season. But again, you don't get to work it both ways and say, well, Eli Manning, 500 quarterback in the regular season. Yeah, but what about all those seasons he played where the Giants were terrible as a team? What about all those seasons where there were questions about Tom Coughlin and questions about, that roster and how they were going about it? Like, it's not like every single year he was playing on the best team in the league. But what he did do in a lot of years was get them into the playoff. And mind you, just want to point this out too. This was before we had the added slots for wild card weekend, if memory serves, right? Wild card weekend didn't come in until like 2015.
I don't even think it matters. I think when you look at Eli Manning, he's a Hall of Famer. And what Peyton Manning did doesn't matter. But does Peyton Manning have 2 Super Bowl MVPs? No, he doesn't. Now, did Peyton Manning have a better regular season career than Eli Manning? Without question. There is just simply no doubt about that. But Eli Manning beat Tom Brady.
Receivers Peyton had his whole career.
Yeah.
Like, who is he throwing to?
Hall of Famers for Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any doubt that Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison are 2 of the best wide receivers and arguably one of the best duos ever.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think there's any doubt that it just doesn't, all of that stuff is superfluous to the fact that Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer. That guy's got multiple rings because he won them for the Giants.
Yeah.
He's got one of the singularly most spectacular plays, the helmet catch.
Yeah, I love when everyone's like, oh, well, he doesn't win a Super Bowl unless, Tyree makes that crazy catch. And it's like, yeah, but Tyree doesn't make the catch without Eli Manning bombing it down the field to him.
I don't think people understand that. I don't think that people understand the play that led up to Eli making that throw. If you go watch that highlight, he's sacked. It's over. Oh, wait, no, he wasn't. He got away from that and made an incredible throw. It wasn't a good throw or a prayer or a Hail Mary. It was an incredible throw.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it. I don't even think that this is.
I mean, do you understand that Eli Manning, it was somebody who you looked forward to watching every week. Like in the playoffs, you were like, yeah, we need to watch the Giants game. Like, all those Giants-Cowboys matchups when Eli was the quarterback were better because he was the quarterback. Like, I don't know. I would love to hear what people are saying about this.
I just don't. I don't believe.
It's baffling to me.
I don't believe that Adam Vinatieri is a bigger snub. I don't think there's any doubt about that. He is one of the most clutch kickers in the history of the NFL.
Yeah. Won
multiple Super Bowls because of Adam Vinatieri. But there is no question that Eli Manning is a huge snub. A huge snub. And this is the worst part about this conversation is we're not talking about Antonio Gates, who I think is one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Who played in an era and on a team with LaDainian Tomlinson and still was a dominant force. Right? And It takes away, in my opinion, when you leave Vinatieri and Eli Manning out of it, it takes away from the guys who got in. Eric Allen, long time ago, should have been in. Eric Allen's one of the best corners in the history of the NFL, right?
Yeah.
Jared Allen's one of the best pass rushers in the history of the NFL. Sterling Sharp, how is Sterling Sharp in and Eli Manning's not? Somebody explain that to me. Like, I am amazed by it.
Yeah.
I am amazed by it. So, it's interesting. Harry Austin, what the is Jake talking about? At no point was Eli ever the star of the playoffs and much. Are you out of your mind? See, this is what we do.
You just don't remember.
You
bro.
don't remember the 2007 Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
You don't remember the 2011 Super Bowl run then. If your opinion is that Eli, do you guys understand that Eli Manning, and I want to say it was the 2000 and let me pull up his stats. Hang on. The 2011 playoff year when they won the Super Bowl, obviously they were 4-0. He completed 65% of his passes, 1,219 yards in 4 games. Let that sink in.
Let me do some math here real quick.
1,200.
So 1,219 divided by 4 playoff games. Yeah, that'd be 304 yards a game passing. 1,219
yards in 4 games. And not only that, 9 touchdowns and 1 interception, 103.3 of rating.
For a guy who's a statue in the pocket.
I am amazed that you would say at no point was Eli ever the star of the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's you not remembering. Do you understand that throw, the helmet catch to David Tyree, is one of the greatest plays in the history of the NFL? And at no point was he ever a star. But look at this right here. It's this right here that I don't understand. It's this right here where I say to myself, what are we doing when we say at no point was the starting quarterback of the New York Giants the star of a playoff run?
Yeah.
That is one of the most perplexing things I have ever heard. Eric Wasikowski, Jason Hansen, no, not yet. Not yet. Harry says, I remember the run, but the Hall of Fame is a career, not one playoff run. Again, who said it was one playoff run? Who's making the case that one playoff run? He's got multiple rings. He was the star of both of those teams. They don't win either one of those Super Bowls without Eli Manning. And nobody disputes that.
Yeah.
Nobody disputes that.
We shouldn't have to talk about this.
It's
dude.
wild
this is
to
ridiculous.
Me. It's wild to me. I am. That's crazy. What's remembered more, the throw or the catch? See, from an NFL side of it, it's the throw. Because the play, do they just show David Tyree making the catch when they show the play? No, they don't. They show Eli Manning somehow inexplicably getting out of a sack. How? I don't know. I am telling you that it's wild to me. And it's stuff like this. They could have won those Super Bowls with a dozen other quarterbacks. Well, then why didn't they?
Yeah.
Daniel Jones could have won those Super Bowls. Right? It's amazing that this is what we do. I am amazed by it. I am amazed by it. It's shocking to me.
Yeah, why haven't they been as good since he was the quarterback?
That when you look at, look at if we're talking about a career scope on a guy, one, he's the quarterback of the New York Giants. How many teams did he play for? One. Go look at their record book. He's got dozens of records for the New York Giants, right? And people are going to say, well, he only went to the Pro Bowl 4 times. Well, what does that matter? He would have gone to the Pro Bowl 2 other times, but he was in the Super Bowl. I don't think anybody argues that. right? Well, Marty, look at all the fumbles. I agree. Eli Manning turned the football over too much. I don't think anybody argues that. I don't. But I also think you have to remember that you look at like their division win in 2008. If you look at his seasons and you understand that in 2008, Eli Manning threw for 3,200 at a time when 3,000 and 4,000 yard seasons weren't just all over the place like they are now, because the NFL has completely changed. We're a throw first league now. And you start to understand, like, in 2008, they were 12-4. And I understand that we're going to say, oh, well, you know, they lost in the playoffs. Well, I don't think that you can blame that.
Look, here's a highlight right here. They just showed the David Tyree highlight. SportsCenter's talking about it right now. ESPN. Like, he's got 3 guys trying to take him down. Like,
it's an incredible play. It's an incredible play. And this is what we do. We tear guys down. Eli Manning, by any measure, is a wildly successful.
Yeah.
He is one of the best quarterbacks of his generation. I don't know. Like, if you go back to what was his best season, if we go back to his best season as an NFL quarterback, statistically speaking, it was 2011. All right, let's go to that year. He threw for 4,900 yards. That's the year he had that crazy 99-yard touchdown pass and 99 yards, 29 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Okay, so if we're going to say that 2011 was his best year, let's just Google search 2011 NFL passing stats. Because, you know, anybody could have led the Giants to those Super Bowls, right? So if we look at 2011 and we look at passing stats, Eli Manning was 4th in the NFL that year in passing, behind Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees. I believe all 3 of them will be Hall of Famers. Ahead of the great Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Tony Romo, Matt Ryan, Ben Roethlisberger, Cam Newton. Ben Roethlisberger, surefire, no doubt about it, Hall of Famer.
Right.
But, you know, anybody could have won those Super Bowls. Right? He's 4th in the NFL in passing behind Stafford, Brady, and Brees. And you don't think he's a Hall of Famer? Come on, man. Like, that's what I can't wrap my head around.
Yeah.
That's what I can't wrap my head around. And it's laughable to me that a guy in an era where all we want to do is count Super Bowl rings. Oh, he doesn't win enough. He didn't win in the regular season. How many guys don't have Super Bowl rings at all? So what is the definition? Winning in the regular season now is the definition of what makes a Super Bowl or what makes a Hall of Famer. That's what, so the Jim Kellys of the world and the Dan Marinos of the world, who did not win and did not play in New York and did not play under that spotlight and did not make one of the greatest plays in the history of the NFL and did not have the singular best run through a playoff, statistically speaking, by a quarterback. Those guys are Hall of Famers, but Eli Manning is not, because they won in the regular season, and Eli Manning was a 500. I think he's 117. I think he's dead on 500. 117 and 117. So he's a 500 quarterback in the regular season, even though he threw for 57,000 yards. But that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter. That does not matter. Because he didn't win in the regular. What are we talking about? Like, that's crazy to me.
It's an argument of convenience. You know, people want to put up, Aaron Rodgers, I think, is the best example, and say that Aaron Rodgers is just the best thing we've ever seen. But then,
do you guys understand? Eli Manning's 11th all time in passing in the history of the NFL.
yeah,
He is 11th. He is more yards than Dan Fouts by far. 43,000 yards for Dan Fouts. Fran Tarkington, 10,000 more yards than Fran Tarkington, more than Warren Moon, more than John Elway. Those guys are all Hall of Famers. Eli Manning's not a Hall of Famer.
it's embarrassing, dude.
Like, how many rings does Warren Moon have? How much? Like, what is the bar to get into the Hall of Fame? And maybe
I mean, I guess people have to like you. I guess.
I do believe that there is a significant amount of blowback because his last name's Manning, and I think people hate successful people. I truly think that has to be part of it, because I cannot fathom that we are leaving Eli Manning out of the Hall of Fame and saying that he is a mediocre. Like, let's even read some of your amazing. Eli is this generation's Ken Stabler. Eli Manning is Ken Stabler.
Harry, dude, I can't feel
this
sorry
is,
for.
I am
what's
going
about
to
happen.
enjoy. I'm going to enjoy this part of the program,
dude.
Eli Manning is Ken Stabler. Do you understand that Eli Manning has 30,000 fucking more passing yards than Ken Stabler? He's got 30,000 more yards that he's got. Ken Stabler had 27,000 passing yards. Eli Manning's got 57,000. He's got more passing yards than Ken Stabler ever had by 30,000 yards.
With all due respect.
And he's this generation's. Do you understand that Ken Stabler in his career was rated a 75? Are you out of your mind that you just compared Eli Manning, who's rated an 84? Ken Stabler's rated a 75. I can't fix that. I can't not help that.
Bro,
that
what are
you
talking
just
about,
said
man?
Eli Manning and Ken Stabler are level. You're fucking out of your mind. I can't fix that. That's one of the worst, most horrifically stupid things. We are all dumber for having you said that he is this generation's Ken Stabler. Do you understand how uneducated that take is? Do you understand how flat fucking wrong that take is? Like, you cannot fathom a more worse comparison than Ken Stabler. Like, that is one of the dumbest things anybody has ever said on this show. Ken Stabler, who I would remind you, has one Super Bowl championship and is in the Hall of Fame. One Super Bowl championship, 30,000 less passing yards. And Eli Manning is comparable to that. You're out of your mind. I think you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Where do you come up with that? I am genuinely curious if you ever saw Ken Stabler or Eli Manning play a game.
Okay, is a hell of a drug.
I am genuine.
It's that simple.
That is shocking
Bro.
to me. Like, and this is.
You must.
That's
be
one of the
trolling. You
stupidest
must
things
be
I've ever
trolling.
heard.
You have to be trolling.
We are all less educated on sports because of that take. Honest to God, we are, all of us
Shame.
collectively will have less sex with our wives tonight. That's how bad that take is. That's how bad that is. We as men, I want you to understand, comparing Eli Manning to Ken Stabler lowered everybody who heard you say that, lowered all of our testosterone level tonight. Like, that's one of the dumbest things I have ever fucking, like, that is, okay. I can't fix that. That's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. I genuinely one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. I can't even.
What else? What else are the people saying?
That's amazing. That is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Like, that is one of the
incredible, dude,
stupidest things that. And if you look at the comment section,
yeah, what else?
You look at the things that people are saying. I'm amazed by it. Let's see. Exactly. Who's Ken Stabler? Who played in a completely different era and is not comparable at all. Good Lord. Hey, Morty, we are bashing Kenny like that? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Dude.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And congratulations to, again, speaking of stupid people, Force Ghost Fabio somehow got himself.
How do you do that, dude?
I don't know, but
how?
YouTube has seen fit to tell me that Force Ghost Fabio will not be able to comment on the show for 24 hours.
Damn.
So good luck to you, Force Ghost Fabio, as usual, contributing nothing to the show. Stadium Guy James. Eli Manning is one of the best QBs I've ever seen in person. I knew in 2004 that he would be really good in the NFL.
Now, did you watch him from the upper deck or the IPF? I mean, that's, a serious question.
Or did the upper deck block your view of Eli in the IPF?
Another great question. See, we need answers.
Harry. Yes, I'm old enough to have watched The Stabler.
What is this?
Not
SVU?
SVU.
Bro, what the hell is this?
Not
What?
SVU. Not SVU. Yes, the NFL is played the same today as it was in the. Again,
What?
I can't fix that.
You've lost all credibility, dude. You've literally lost all credibility.
The NFL is a completely different, unrecognizable game today compared to the 70s and even the 80s.
What are we supposed to do with that, dude?
I don't know.
And Harry, you're a long time. Like,
yeah.
What are we supposed to do with that?
I love this show. I'm glad I found it recently. Thanks for being here. Damien says Force Ghost Fabio made a political tweet. Maybe.
I just want everyone to know, you got to really mess it up to get banned for 24 hours. Like, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not as wild as, a Stabler reference, but,
Yeah, I don't. A lot of people ask me about the YouTube filtering of comments. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
They do what they do. They did what they did.
Yeah, dude. It's all in their control, man.
Oak State James, who frames everything about quarterbacks based on John Stone. It was in the old Cotton Bowl, Ole Miss versus Oak State.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough.
That's fair enough. Giggity. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Eli was better than Alan Bowman? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
John Jackson, Harry Austin needs a girlfriend. Well, let's not make it personal. But my point, if you're comparing Eli Manning to Ken Stabler.
And the basis is that football in today's NFL is the same as it was in the 70s and 80s. You're just not like.
Do you guys understand that Ken Stabler, I believe, won the Super Bowl when the graphics were better?
Well,
1977. I don't even know if I can find a box score for that game. Dave Casper, 1-yard reception from Ken Stabler.
that's almost 50 years ago, bro.
Pete Banasek, 1-yard run.
The names, though.
Right. Sammy White, 8-yard touchdown reception from Fran Tarkington.
Man.
Do you understand the statistics that I can't even, the game is completely different. It just is. It's not the same. Clarence Davis. Okay, let's play a game. Raiders or Vikings? Who did Clarence Davis play for? Who did Carl Garrett play for? And I would also remind you that Ken Stabler had Fred Biletnikoff and Cliff Branch, who I have the great for. Cliff Branch was such a good dude. Anyway, the league is completely different. So why are you comparing the passing stats? That's my point. Because do you understand that the game was slow, plodding, and methodical? The quarterbacks in the 70s were not the end-all, be-all. You look at the era that Eli played in. You look at the fact, and I thought Dan Orlovsky did a good job with Eli Manning, and he said something that really made sense to me. Eli Manning's not, his story is very much about playing for the New York Giants. Because most of you don't probably remember this. He refused to play for the San Diego Chargers.
Right.
So they traded him to the Giants. The only team he said he would play for. And he went there and he won 2 Super Bowls. And he won 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And he ended a dynasty. He has several of the greatest plays in the modern era of football. Any quarterback that wins 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how hard that is to do that?
Yeah, it's difficult.
You know, that's an interesting question, Eric. I would assume Drew Brees is without question a Hall of Famer, but I thought that about Eli Manning too. I don't know.
How is Drew Brees not a Hall of Famer?
Yeah. And again, I look at Adam Vinatieri. We walked in today and Jake said Adam Vinatieri's a bigger snub than Eli Manning. I agree with that.
Yeah.
How is Adam Vinatieri not in the Hall of Fame?
Greatest kicker of all time.
Right?
Legit.
Harry, I swear to God, if you make a Sebastian Janikowski comment, the show will melt down. That's a Raider kicker.
Right.
Anyway, my point is, I'm really surprised by that. Really surprised. San Diego State Glenn, Cliff Branch. Yeah, good dude. I had the fortune of, when I worked in Sacramento, I covered the Raiders on pretty much a daily basis. And being around Fred Biletnikoff, being around Cliff Branch, being around Ken Stabler, being around those guys, having had the fortune of having long conversations with guys like John Madden. One of the great things about being around the Raiders is the Raiders are always around. Like all their Hall of Famers, when Al was there, it just was different. All those guys were around the team. And Napoleon Kaufman, Tyrone Wheatley, like all of those guys, the time that Warren Sapp is a great example. Warren Sapp was not a career Raider, but he was a Raider legend because they made every player feel like a Raider legend, right? And so you go through these generations and they're all in the locker room. Like you'd show up there Wednesday for practice with the Raiders. Monday was post-Sunday game. Tuesday, they're off. Wednesday, it's the first week of preparation for the next week's game. And you're just hanging around those guys. You go to games and, I can tell you one of my best memories was, having interacted with John Madden several times at the Raider facility. Then when I worked at the game in San Francisco, I was staying in the Westin Hotel in San Francisco and walking down the street to the studio to do the morning show at the game. And one day I was walking from the studio back to my hotel room, and John Madden, who we weren't friends but it was enough to say, "Hey, Monty, hey," and I used to call him Mr. Madden and he hated it. And I walked up, he was sitting on the street in San Francisco drinking a coffee at a table at this cafe on the street, drinking a coffee. And I walked up to him and I offered my hand. I said, "Good morning, Mr. Madden. Good to see you." And he pulled the chair out and we sat down and probably had a 7-minute conversation about nothing related to football. But when you're around the Raiders, so I can tell you that group of teams, the Autumn Wind, was about Ken Stabler and that group of Raiders. Without question, they personified that. That doesn't make Ken Stabler one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of professional football.
I need to understand what's the formula to get into the Hall of Fame, right? I'm not saying the question or the bar. What's the formula? Is it Is it stats plus story equals you got in or you didn't? Is it, hey, like there's got to be a reason or a stake to why you're one of the best players of all time? Or like,
Yeah.
like I legit, I don't mean this just for Harry. I'm just saying in general, like I still come back to the question of how do you look at Eli Manning's career and say, yeah, he's not a Hall of Famer.
I don't know.
Because that's all this is. Enough people said no, that he's not in.
And again, this is what makes doing this show every day fun. Being able to go back and forth with Harry, and I don't think you have yet, melted down and taking it personally. It's not personal. We're arguing about football, right? Nobody's dying. Enough with me derailing the show. Much love. I will go spend time with my wife of 24 years.
21 times a month, dude.
Yeah, it's not personal. We're just arguing over football. We are dumber for, never mind. Jimmy Otson. And that's the end of the Henry and Monty show. Exactly right.
He has our full respect.
Rings should not define Hall of Famers. Stats should define Hall of Famers. I think stats accomplish, like there is a career in totality.
Yeah, there is a formula that you have to sort of put together. And that's why I say, like, I don't disagree with this comment. Like, to me, rings are why you play the game.
Yes.
Like, you're only in the NFL and you're only, putting the pads on, going through the weekly grind to go out on Sundays and win enough games to win a ring. That's why they're playing the game.
Yeah,
so
totally agree.
For me, I think that rings are everything. And I think that the guy who won 7 rings is in a different world than a guy who only won 2. And then, as I would say, than a guy that only won 1 ring. Like, again, Eli Manning has won double the rings that Aaron Rodgers has won.
And
like
Adam Vinatieri belongs in the Hall of Fame.
And so then you go to Adam Vinatieri and you're like, all right, well, hey, he was a central figure to them winning. I can't remember which Super Bowl it was, but he made that game-winning kick in the Super Bowl. And that's when it started for him. That's when I felt like Vinatieri really cemented himself as a legendary kicker.
Yep, I agree. Jimmy Otson, it's like porn. You know a Hall of Famer fame career when you see it. Wow.
You are not.
Okay. Yeah, they look a lot alike. Look at the lips. Look at the nose. That's a Hall of Famer. Xavier Wolf says college football is pain. Okay. Are we talking?
Are you? Hold on. Wait. I know you're not complaining that we're talking NFL today, or that we're not talking college football.
Janikowski was an amazing kicker, and that dude off the field, legend. Imagine waking up and putting on the most degenerate sports show in the nation. That's you right now. Okay. But
cool.
you're still here.
Then leave. Like
the Hawaiian golfer. This ought to be fun. NFL gave Josh Allen a participation trophy last night. Gotta love it. He by far. See, and a lot of people want to have this argument. Josh Allen lost to the Chiefs. How can you make him the MVP? Well, because it's not a who beat the Chiefs award or a how did they do in the postseason award. Why does Lamar Jackson have multiple MVPs? Because it's the best, in my opinion. It is the award that is the best indicator of a singular player's impact on his football team.
Yeah.
And there is no player who is more singularly important to their football team than Josh Allen was to the Bills this year.
Yeah, it's like Connor McDavid getting the Stanley Cup final MVP, even though they lost.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't, because it's not the best player in the NFL.
No.
The MVP award, a lot of people confuse or conflate the fact it's not who's the best player in the NFL. In my opinion, the MVP, and it did not, and I think this is a very interesting conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It did not come down to Saquon Barkley and Josh Allen, as it should have. It came down to Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And I think it should have been Saquon and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Saquon's got a strong case.
That Saquon only got 120 total votes is redonkulous. I don't understand. And then you look at Baker Mayfield getting 2 votes.
That's what I mean. What?
Sam Darnold getting 3 votes. Was Sam Darnold good this year? Yes. Was he the most valuable player in the NFL? No, he was not. Jamar Chase. Okay, Jamar getting votes. I can understand that. Justin Herbert, only 6 votes. He wasn't. Jaden Daniels, again, I'm going to stand on business.
Stay hard.
Jaden Daniels was the offensive rookie of the year and got MVP votes when he had very similar stats to Caleb Williams. Caleb, how many votes did Caleb get? None.
Yeah, because he's on a losing football team.
That's exactly right. Patrick Mahomes, 31. Jared Goff, Joe Burrow. Saquon Barkley getting 120 is a slap. Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, who are you taking?
Josh Allen, for sure. Not even close.
Okay,
Opinion,
if you could only have one of the 2 quarterbacks on your team as your starting quarterback, Lamar or Josh Allen?
Yeah, I would take Josh Allen. I just think he gives you more ways to win.
I would agree. Do you agree that Josh Allen has to go and beat Patrick Mahomes or his career will forever have an open loop on it?
100%. Yeah. I just think guys are defined by it. I think, it's the Aaron Rodgers syndrome, not to keep hating on him, but this is, for me, this is what his career's been defined by.
Peyton and Tom Brady.
Yeah. I think, you know what, for me though, and I know I'd have to go look at the stats, but correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, Tom won that matchup.
Tommy.
Overall, in all of their games played.
Tommy.
But I have to say, that's what I looked forward to in their time. Brady versus Manning playing a game. That was the greatest matchup every single year. And I don't think Peyton Manning's career is defined by losing to Tom, but it certainly didn't help.
It certainly did not help.
Yeah.
And the wild thing is that Tom Brady only won 3 MVPs. Peyton Manning won 5. Right. And if you look at their numbers, it's 11-6. And specifically, Brady as a Patriot, Manning as a Colt, Brady was 8-4.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. That's a big deal. And I think it's very interesting that you have somebody that in Eli, who I don't know that he will ever get out of Peyton's shadow. And arguably Eli had a more illustrious career than Peyton did. And winning those multiple Super Bowls and multiple Super Bowl MVPs.
How many rings does Peyton have? I just can't remember.
Not enough. Anyway, my point is Peyton is clearly not as successful as Eli as a postseason quarterback. I don't even know that anybody would argue with that. But Peyton Manning's I'm trying to find his career win-loss record for Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's career win-loss. God, son of a... Peyton Manning's career.
He's got 2, and he played in 4.
I believe he has 2 rings.
Yeah.
His career win-loss record in the regular season is 186-79.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anybody would argue that Peyton Manning was a more gifted player than Eli. But Eli's got 2 Super Bowl rings and 2 MVPs. Manning does not.
See, it's a classic case of, hey, Peyton Manning was an absolute football savant, right? How he's remembered, for me, he's remembered as a guy who was just a preparedness freak, a guy who knew what the defense was doing better than the defense did, who was able to say, hey, here's what I'm seeing pre-snap. We're going to make all these calls at the line of scrimmage for protection and routes and plays. And because of that, we're going to go and beat the hell out of this defense. That's to me how I remember Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And Peyton didn't win enough against Tom, but again, it's Tom Brady, the best quarterback who's ever played the game. So I don't feel like that hurts Peyton so much.
Yeah. And I think that Peyton Manning winning 4 or 5 NFL MVPs. That's what people are going to remember. He was an elite regular season player. And again, I'm not trying to knock Peyton in the postseason. Yes, 5-time NFL MVP, 2-time NFL offensive. He won more regular season games, and he is in the NFL Hall of Fame. And I think Peyton was a superior regular season quarterback to Eli Manning. I don't think anybody here could make an argument otherwise. I also agree with you that he played with Hall of Fame.
That's
Hall
the
of
big
Fame
thing
wide
that
receivers.
separates him.
But he also was and this is my point. He was a 500 quarterback in the postseason. So do you want to be a 500 quarterback in the regular season, or do you want to be a 500 quarterback in the postseason? I want to win in the postseason. Yeah. And I think there's no question that Peyton was on better teams, both in Denver and in Indianapolis. Now, he was a shell of himself in Denver,
right?
Especially at the end.
The arm talent just went away.
But I look at, like, you look at his 2015 season when they won the Super Bowl in Denver, and he threw for 539 yards. That's not who Peyton Manning is, right? You look at his 2006 Super Bowl that we don't need to really talk about.
Devin Hester's run back was the best play of that game,
where he threw for 1,000 yards and went 4-0 in that postseason. I mean, that's an elite postseason.
But again, Eli has one of those postseasons. Like,
he does, and he didn't throw 3 touchdowns and 7 interceptions while doing it.
Yes, I don't know, man.
Do you guys understand that in the postseason, Peyton Manning threw 40 touchdowns against 25 interceptions?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation to me. Anyway, I think the MVP voting, Saquon Barkley and Josh Allen, I would have given it to Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Philadelphia Eagles were established before Saquon got there. That does not mean that Saquon wasn't impactful. He was. He was not the most important player to that team.
Yeah.
And I think when we look at this version of the NFL, quarterbacks are so important. They're vital. So, I'm here for it. The Stadium Guy, James, I love watching the show in the same time zone as Monty and Jake. And now,
stay hard.
Here is Big Daddy Magic.
Okay, let me get prepared here.
Now, for those of you who have not had yourself exposed by Big Daddy Magic.
Okay, again, family program.
What?
Exposed by Big Daddy Magic?
Yeah, those of you who have not had Big Daddy Magic's will inflicted upon your soul, you probably should put on a flak jacket.
Right.
Because
Big Daddy Magic, the heavyset one with the big gun with the sweet tongue.
I don't know how Big Daddy Magic manages to fit it all in his mouth, but
Big Daddy Magic,
he loves him some Josh Allen.
This is your beloved.
I mean, to the point of asphyxiation.
Right.
Like, it is, hey, playa, big game Josh Allen. Big game Josh Allen, unless Patrick Mahomes is on the other side with the Kansas shitty cheats.
Boom. Out of here.
Yeah, then Josh Allen ain't so big game Josh Allen. Would have been nice if he'd have gotten that first down. Oh, wait. Big game Josh Allen is the greatest MVP. You mean MVP? In NFL history, and he is beloved.
Right.
This is your beloved.
Big Daddy Magic. Lamar Jackson's mom had a shirt that said Josh Allen's greatest fan.
Okay. All right.
Big Daddy Magic. Josh Allen, greatest MVP in the history of the NFL. Atomic Skull. 2015 Broncos defense was better than the 85 Bears. You shut your mouth.
Okay. You're just trolling now.
I just have Lamar Jackson MVP fatigue. Like, let someone else win. I don't. Eric Wasikowski, off topic, but did you guys talk about Patrick Kane breaking the NHL record the other day?
It's disgusting that he is a Red Wing. It is absolutely,
and he knows it.
Disgusting.
And he knows it. And he absolutely knows. He has all. And it's fine. It's fine. As long as he doesn't win a Stanley Cup with the Red Wings, I don't really give a rat's ass. Go Dogs, just because. Okay.
Cool, dude.
Okay. That'll be interesting. Let's get into the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Let's get into the big game. The big game
Right.
is presented by you hitting the like button right here on the Monty Show.
Yeah.
Please hit the like button. Also, download the Prize Picks app, open up a new Prize Picks account using the promo code Monty. You deposit $5, they'll give you 50 more. And I have to tell you, I'm ready for this Super Bowl on Prize Picks because the free play is Patrick Mahomes.
How many plays do you already have lined up?
3,700.
Yeah.
3,700.
Okay.
I have 2 plays. And I have to tell you, in the NFL, I think it's easy money. It's Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley for a rushing or receiving touchdown.
Uh-huh.
And here's the other question, though, because I think one of the real keys to this game is Saquon Barkley 100 yards rushing. I think it's in the Patrick Mahomes era, and I might be, forgive me if I'm mistaken, in the Patrick Mahomes era, his defenses have never given up 100 yards in the postseason.
Right.
So in this run, they have not given up 100 rushing yards in a postseason game to a single player.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, more or less than 100 yards. I think there's only 2 Eagles you can really take here. It is Dallas Goedert for 52.5 receiving yards, because I think that'll be more. Or Saquon Barkley, 113.5 rushing yards less.
Yeah.
Now, there's some Jalen Hurts numbers that make sense. 213.5 passing yards more. The Kansas City Chiefs play a lot of man defense, and you have elite talent at wide receiver, which is why I say I think Goddard's probably going to have 75 yards, because I think he is going to terrorize that secondary.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot from an Eagles standpoint, but I think I have to take Goddard more than 52.5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's 3, right? So in this particular one, I am going to take Patrick Mahomes more than half a yard passing.
Of course.
Free play from Prize Picks. Saquon Barkley 1 touchdown, and Dallas Goedert more than 52.5. I'm going to flex play that, right? And if you look, this is flex play. This is 3 for 3. It's called a power play.
Yeah.
Right? And if I power play it, I win $75. If I flex play it, I only win 40. Right? So on a flex play, you've only got to get 2 of 3 right. On a power play, you got to get 3 of 3 right.
Right.
So I'm telling you, limit it to 3 picks, play a flex play, and you in business.
Yeah.
You in business.
You in business.
Now there's a couple other on the Super Bowl that I would really have you go to. On the Kansas shitty Chiefs side.
Right.
Xavier Worthy, 6.5 rushing yards. Man, that is such a tease, because it's 1 reverse, and they've run at least 1 rushing play to Xavier Worthy. I think it's in 6 straight games.
Yeah.
I think that's a really difficult one to pick.
I think Travis Kelce on a demon for 1 touchdown in this game.
Screw him.
I like that one a lot.
He's a bust. AJ Brown, 70.5. I hate Travis Kelce so much. AJ Brown, 70.5 receiving yards is interesting. But on the other side of that, Xavier Worthy's only 56.5.
Yeah.
So do you go more on Xavier Worthy? I think you do. Travis Kelce, 6 receptions. The Philadelphia Eagles play an ass load of zone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you take more than 6 on Travis Kelce? I think you do.
Yeah, probably.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
I don't know how you don't take more.
Yeah.
I think you got to take more on him. And then it really comes down to, what do you believe in more? Do you believe in, because Juju Smith-Schuster should really have a huge game.
Right. Totally agree.
I think
really
Juju,
they had him at 15.5
yeah,
receiving yards, right?
I'm taking Xavier Worthy more than 56.5. Travis, you piece of crap, Kelce,
right,
on the Kansas shitty Cheats,
right.
more than 6 receptions, and Juju more than 15.5 yards.
Yeah, that should be good.
That is my
That really should be good.
That is my that's where I go with the Chiefs. And I think if I had to, I think I would add that Saquon there. Because you can't have an entire lineup of all Chiefs, just so you know that. So I think you add the Saquon pick there, and I think you're cooking with gas.
So right now I've got 3 lined up.
Nobody cares.
Okay, cool.
All right. Go ahead.
My highest paying one is a $20 flex play. All demons. DeAndre Hopkins for 1 touchdown.
Ooh.
Harrison Butker, more than 2.5 field goals made in this game. And A.J. Brown, more than 5.5 receptions.
You really?
$20 to win 320 if I hit all of them. It is a flex play, though.
Okay, now, see, why get turned with it? Why get turned with it?
Then I've got Saquon less than 113.5, just like we talked about. Travis Kelce, Trav for 1 touchdown. And A.J. Brown for 1 touchdown. That's going to be...
The demon on Saquon Barkley is 2 touchdowns.
I mean, you should take the Mahomes discount and take a demon, right? And then take your third pick needs to be reliable.
Jalen Hurts, passing touchdowns, demon, 1.5. Patrick Mahomes, demon, 2.5 passing touchdowns.
Man. I mean, I'm more inclined to take Patrick in the passing game.
Nah, I'm taking Jalen. Pimp's going pimp. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
And then what about rush receiving yards? This is the one that's really difficult. Xavier Worthy's demon number. 74.5.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, rush receiving yards. His demon is 149.5. What do you think?
Rush and receiving yards on Saquon, 149.
That's too many. That's too many.
It's a lot.
What about Pacheco? His demon on rush receiving yards is 40. That feels like the one.
Yeah.
So Saquon for 2 touchdowns, Jalen Hurts for 2 touchdowns, Isaiah Pacheco for 40 yards. A $20 flex gets me $90.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Go Eagles.
Nice.
Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Monty, MONTY Monty. You deposit $5. They'll give you 50 more. You guys, you can play probably 10 Super Bowl plays with $55.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Go and get it. And donuts. My wife threw down 1G on the Super Bowl party buffet. Let's go.
Okay, we can
prime
mix this
rib.
In. Let's mix this in.
She volunteered this year, and of course, she had to outdo Caramba. Caramba! Okay. And donuts, are you looking forward to the prime rib? Because we have in some certain people in this room on the show, not named Morty,
right?
First
team all meat
are
gazer.
Unaware of this conversation,
right?
What are we having to eat for Super Bowl?
Such a tough question.
The answer is I don't know.
Yeah, there's so many.
I don't know,
dude.
My Mrs. Monty's first thing was chicken tenders.
Okay, yeah,
from
I'm
Wingstop.
down. Yeah,
but then we were like, well, it's fried food. We're trying not to eat fried food. Okay, homemade nachos. They're always really good, but that just doesn't. I can do that every Tuesday in.
It's Super Bowl
June.
Sunday. You got to have at least one thing that you wouldn't normally have.
Sex, in your case,
right?
Come on. Yeah. That was amazing.
Yeah.
God damn it. Anyway,
My fucking ass.
Not homemade nachos. Okay, let's go regs. Pizza. You and I both know that the pie is going to be on like a 5-hour wait.
Right.
So do we go and pick it up? Maybe. Do we go to Papa Murphy's? Get take and bake.
Mm-hmm.
Probably can hook that up. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza.
How do you guys do your Super Bowl parties with the food? Do you just set all the food out? and just let people go and do their
Graze.
thing? Or do you do like waves, where it's like, hey, we're going to start light. We're going to go 7-layer dip and some tortilla chips to start. Or like, and then you get into the real stuff. Like, how do you guys do it?
That's a question. And that's so, do we want takeout or cook at home? Because I could see a scenario. Go with me for a minute. I could see a scenario where we put an Instapot on the counter, put like 10 chicken breasts in that Instapot, throw in some barbecue sauce, eat it for Super Bowl, and then have it for meal prep the rest of the week. I'm utilitarian.
Like Sandoz or like what
Kill
would you do
two birds with one stone. Yeah, maybe we get some sourdough rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have shredded chicken. Mrs. Monty makes amazing chili.
Yeah.
Let's go nuclear. Extra beans, right? The musical fruit.
Yeah, and I could bring my Instapot over too. We could have dual Instapotting.
Nobody asked you. Okay. Anyway, the point is,
What better fucking execution?
we could do chicken sandwiches. We could do chicken tacos. I mean, there's all kinds of that. But if I'm doing tacos and I'm going to do tacos right, and if I'm going to eat poorly, which I almost never do, like yesterday, I had Impossible Nuggets and peas and carrots for lunch.
How have those nuggets been?
Fantastic. The best Impossible Nuggets I've ever had.
If you don't know this reference, Morty over here got a whole pallet of...
I got a 10-pound box of Impossible Nuggets from a food distributor.
Yeah.
And they're so much better than what you get in the grocery store.
Yeah.
But here nor there. I had Impossible Nuggets and peas and carrots for lunch. I had, oh my God. Why can't it? Where you put tomatoes on bread. Oh my God.
Bruschetta?
Bruschetta. Jesus. I had bruschetta for dinner last night. I had bruschetta for dinner last night. Like, I eat really well 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. If I'm going to do tacos, I'm getting trashy, hard-shelled fried tacos from a local taco place.
No,
and we
could do
doing
better
this.
than that.
And we doing this.
No, we could do better than that. If we're doing tacos.
Or I'm going to go and I'm going to get real tamales out of somebody's bathtub, because that's how you got to make real tamales in your bathtub, right? There are ways. Listen, I can get you a toe. I can get you a lot of cholesterol and heart attacks. I can do that.
Right.
All due respect.
But my inclination is what we make at home is so much better than anything you can get.
It really is. It's just about the execution of it.
So if we're going to do taco bar,
yeah,
let's do taco bar. Let's pay tariffs on avocados.
Tariffs.
Let's chop up some tomatoes. Let's chop up some fresh green onions. Let's do this thing. Right? So I'm kind of up in the air.
Well, so Mrs. Monty is about the chicken tendies.
Carnitas. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Empanadas. Oh, please. There's something to be said for Korean food too. Because I got to tell you, the buns. Oh, yeah. Dude, chow sabao. Oh my God. We can make some chow sabao in this house. Dev MC. Again, why do you do this? Man? Why would you talk about blue cheese?
Anita, Dick, and Ming.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, why bring it up?
I'm bringing blue cheese to the Monty Super Bowl party. Bro,
Vexes me.
Bro, I will trespass you. No, you will not.
Terribly vexed.
Big Daddy Magic just can't let it go. Josh Allen would have killed the 85 Bears defense.
Okay, we're talking about being fat asses on this show, and you're talking about Josh Allen.
Yes, Jim. Yeah, ribs. My wife makes Instapot ribs that I don't even, there's no discretion. She makes Instapot ribs with cornbread in the middle of it. Like a rib crown.
See, and then this is the other question. See, the Traeger's sitting in the backyard.
Yes, it is.
That's the other question.
Nacho Libre. I'm smoking beef ribs for the big game. I'm telling you. I don't know. I'm in between. Welcome to the nightmare. We usually do potluck style and have everything out and let everyone get what they want throughout the game. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. See, I mean,
what are you going to bring? You're in charge of dessert. What are you going to bring?
Is that true?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. Dessert's another portion of the conversation.
But I hesitate to let you cook in my kitchen because you are an absolute disaster area when you cook.
Okay. Well, hey, don't let me cook. You cook in your own kitchen.
This guy, do not
Never
invite him
about
over.
how good the food is, though, do you?
No, the end product's really good.
Yeah.
It's just I have to have the house remodeled when you're done cooking.
It is what it is, dude.
It is what it is.
We're not all perfect, such as in
I'm a guy that I believe when you're cooking, you clean as you go.
Right.
It is what it is.
This is a guy whose belief about cleaning as you go is you never clean ever, even when you're done.
Yeah.
Go play intramurals, brother.
Well, and I understand that.
Yeah.
Your job is to bring some kind of nasty, terrible dessert.
Okay.
Of course, you want that sausage, don't you?
Yeah, and I'm the one that gets called a meat gazer on the show.
Don't you, Wasikowski? You want that meat. I know you do.
And look at this guy.
He's having kielbasa.
What a douche. Like, come on.
And then Jake sends me this picture. It still makes me laugh every single time. All right, real quick in the comment section, what are you going to do? What is your inclination to make? Because I think we're probably going to Instapot some chicken, and I think we just do barbecue chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
I think we
see it. So
some sort of potato.
Yeah, some sort of potato. I actually loved the mac salad idea. So like barbecue chicken sando in the Instapot. Probably some sort of potato.
But where do you get mac salad? Is it more betters? Can you do better than that? Their mac salad's good.
Yeah, I mean, I love their mac salad, but
it's interesting. Brandon Butler says J2H, 2 holes, no waiting. Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean?
John says Traeger is a must. Food is supposed to be messy on Super Bowl. I'm down for slow roasting some ribs on the Traeger.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds amazing.
The other thing you got to remember is we have a huge meeting Saturday night at Roots Chris in Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
So we're having a meal on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm very busy this weekend. I've got golf tonight, golf tomorrow. I've got the Peloton tomorrow. I've got dinner tomorrow night. I got stuff.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go to Costco tonight because I am not going to Costco tomorrow. You can, because they're going to be sold out of everything.
Suicide mission, bro.
And I'm telling you, I live in Jeddah, and here in Jeddah, you do not go to Costco on Saturday.
No, you don't.
It is, Joseph Smith and all of his patrons are at Costco on Saturday. I mean, my God damn. Yeah. I'm kind of leaning this way. Chicken tacos. My wife gets this stuff called bitchin' sauce that is so good.
Yeah.
If you've never had bitchin' sauce, it will change your life and your intestines, but it will change your life. Trust me when I say that. Sergeant Green, on the fence between chili and cornbread or shredded chicken and King's Hawaiian rolls. Shredded chicken and King's Hawaiian rolls.
It's just so good.
And it depends. My wife is an absolute stud at baking. Her cornbread she made blueberry muffins this week that were unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think you gotta.
So what we're basically saying is because we have this big meeting Saturday night, that on Sunday we're going for efficiency. That we're going for.
Yeah, and let's get this right. I'm not having people over to my house. Jake's coming over.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch the game, cook some food. We have some business planning we got to do. There's actually quite a bit of work we have to do this weekend. So we're gonna be watching the big game in front of the telly at the Monty crib this weekend. But we're gonna cook. This is when Mrs. Monty needs to be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I'm probably leaning towards doing some chicken and making it for the week. Smash the numbers, Ferris Khan. I got to try and do 1 pull-up tomorrow. That is my goal.
Okay.
My goal tomorrow is to hit about 50 high draws, 300 or more yards. That's working on my golf swing this weekend.
Uh-huh.
I'm so ready to play golf. We'll talk about it. Mike Chase. Mike, how are the kids? Hope they're well. I have not had a Super Bowl party or been to one in 3 years. Usually ends up just being me and my family watching the game by ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you have to work hard to get to a Super Bowl party now.
Do we give away a $50 Amazon gift card to the best food idea? That was my stomach growling. John Jackson, food is a huge part of Super Bowl Sunday. Massive. Like Tostinos.
Yeah, should we just do pizza rolls all day?
Dude, you remember pizza rolls in the air fryer?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about Jim. See, and there's nothing wrong with this. You're just a savage.
Yeah.
You're pizza and wing guy. There's you
Nothing
are
wrong with it, dude.
You are a savage as a man.
Merca.
You're just gonna eat bones and it. Can we just all agree that you don't put pepperoni on Super Bowl pizza?
Yes.
Just please. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. In all seriousness, buffalo chicken dip. Oh my God, Dev. Dude. Is always a staple of our Super Bowl parties. I love it so much. And I sadly have to root for the Swift.
Oh,
no.
stop, dude.
See,
That's
you
the
had
untrained
me.
eye.
You had me at buffalo chicken dip.
And then you pivoted to rooting for the Swifties, and it just
Nobody roots for Kansas shitty.
yeah,
Nobody.
Dude, I mean, come on.
Nobody.
What are we doing?
Yeah, there's nobody that wants Kansas
come on,
shitty to
dude.
win. I'm telling if the Cheats win, Monday is going to be a very difficult show. Honest to God, if
the Cheats win, we're gonna talk about cricket on Monday.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm serious. If the Cheats win, soft ass Patrick Mahomes and his sexually assaulting brother, that'll be so disappointing. And then we're gonna have to listen to another Kelsey brother podcast, which is actually really good. Tacos for Super Bowl sounds awesome. Big Daddy Majik on Super Bowl day. All right, well, you're going to be rocking your Josh Allen jersey because he's playing in the. That's right. He lost to Patrick Mahomes again.
That's what they do.
I'm going. That's exactly what they do. I'm going down. You're going down. Oh, I'm sorry. There's more to it. On Super Bowl day, I'm going down to Ogie's, having the world famous breakfast.
Ogie's is so
that should be
good,
half
dude.
price. Then I'm having my mom over.
God,
Dude.
Ogie's is so good.
Dude, Eric Wasikowski, pizza rolls hit different in the 2000s.
They did.
You guys remember Hot Pockets?
Yes.
Those hit different. And then we figured out they were killing you. Jeremiah Champion. Mozzarella sticks, but instead of using breadcrumbs, you use crumbed up Doritos.
Again.
I miss Doritos so much. Look at that. ACC West Coast Commissioner Gumby. Suh, dude. Where have you been? I miss you. We have a huge change coming to the show, by the way.
Yep.
That may or may not facilitate more viewership. I have to tell you about that at some point. Use the Traeger, brisket, or turkey breast, couple of Papa Murphy's, and some Traeger wings. Your life is complete.
And that's the other angle. Is like, okay, do you do like one bigger sort of staple? Like, do you just make a ton of chicken in the crock pot or the Instapot? And then that's kind of the thing? Or do you get a small pizza and like some wings?
What a bunch of a-holes.
What?
Rosati's Pizza hitting me with a marketing email.
No, your phone doesn't listen to you.
Sausage pepperoni pizza. Taking Super Bowl deep dish pre-orders now. I hate you.
Gotta be America's team.
And Lou Malnati's sending me an email.
I'm telling you, dude.
God, that's
I'm
so
telling
ridiculous. So ridiculous. Brandon, you're not wrong. David Persons, Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl. I'm rooting for the World Series.
This is my other question for you guys.
Right.
How much do you care about this game? Because I got to tell you, I'm not like we're texting last night about.
That's a good question.
Like, oh hey, like we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl, and I'm like, dude, like, with all due respect, I'm not that excited about it. I'm not like, oh man, yeah, wow, it's it's Patty and it's this and like, no, dude, I'm kind of over it. And I'm kind of like, yeah, it's just another Sunday. Like, all right. Like we're going to watch it, obviously.
So one of the guys I talked to at UNLV is texting me right now.
Uh-huh.
Can we do I Told You So Friday?
Oh God, here we go.
Just wanted to loop back with you. I don't know if you saw the report. We ran at a $21 million deficit.
Oh my God, bro. What? Dude.
Okay, here we go.
It's got to be, you got to do the broad. It's got to be like way out here. And then you're just like,
I don't know how many more times we can get this right. I truly do not, and I want you to understand our awesomeness. I just will continue to tell you that UNLV cannot afford to go to the Pac-12.
Cashless.
They just cannot afford it. And I would love to see UNLV do what they think is absolutely best for them.
Yeah.
That does not include going to the Pac-12. Traeger is overrated. Pit Boss. Well, Pit Boss is nice, but my Traeger, I have an Ironwood. Yeah. But you like your Whitestone.
The Blackstone is phenomenal. Like when you're doing a taco bar, Blackstone is crazy.
Where'd you get that Blackstone?
Yeah, thank you. It's really nice. I use it all the time.
I gave Jake a Blackstone flat top for his housewarming gift.
Yeah,
because he's renting a house that's way too big for him. Hope you can keep it clean. Uncle Monty's here. Do you guys remember that commercial?
No.
Aunt Joni's here.
Oh yeah.
Your house is way too big, but that means he has space for. And the funny thing is, he really doesn't have space for a Blackstone in his backyard.
No, I don't. I mean, it's literally. It's so funny too because it's like it's literally like just big enough. Like it's not spacious in the back. I don't have a yard. I have like a patio.
See, the Hawaiian golfer's kind of an asshole. Like he's just that guy. He walks in here and he pokes fat ass every day. And then he redeems himself for 5 minutes when he says tater tot casserole with ground beef and a pound of bacon with those crispy tater tots and way too much cheese.
Dude, I'm down. I will smash.
What time are you dropping that off?
Yeah, I would smash.
I'm here, dude. You're exactly right. And the thing that people don't understand, like your point about half a pound of bacon, I'm telling you that bacon and fried potatoes together,
goated.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner,
goated.
Terrible. One of the worst things you can ever do is put a potato product, sweet potato, crowns, tater tots, whatever, French fries, put it in oil. It's horrendous for you. But goddamn, they're good. Right? Like, that's exactly right.
I mean, maybe we do something like that. Maybe that's like our small side dish.
Did you just put me as your what do you call that? Avatar screen picture?
Your profile picture.
Your profile picture.
Yeah, your default.
Well, that's cool. Pit Boss smoked cream cheese. Oh, smoked cream cheese with apricot. Preserve and barbecue sauce makes a crazy good cracker dip. You know what I've been railing recently? There's one cracker that's good for you. Really, just one. It is Triscuits. When you do Triscuits and you dip that. So I've been eating this week. My meal prep was ground turkey in marinara sauce, raw marinara sauce, which is really good. My wife made the most amazing bruschetta tomato mix last night. We put it on sourdough toast. You take Triscuits and you dip it in that bruschetta. Oh, Triscuits are so underrated. You take Triscuits and you put them in sour cream with apricot preserve and barbecue sauce. Oh my God.
Stay hard.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
Like, forget it.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know what we're going to make for Super Bowl, but dude, the cream cheese and apricot. Oh my God. Cream cheese and the best one ever is cream cheese and raspberry. It is. I can't remember the name. Do you remember that diner we went to? No. The diner we went to up in Immigration Canyon. Roots. Is it Roots?
Yeah, Roots.
There's a little diner there's a canyon here in Salt Lake City called Immigration Canyon.
Yeah.
And there's just this
restaurant and a train car
sitting on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And they sell their raspberry preserve in a big jar. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm kind of going down the path of the tater tot thing. That sounded really good to me.
It does sound good. Wasikowski, more excited about the 500 in 2 weeks. Can you guys believe Daytona's already here?
We're heading, you know what's funny too? We're heading into one of my favorite parts of the sports year where the weather kind of starts to warm up a little bit. You know, we get the feel good stuff. We get the Masters. We get the 500.
It's not warm enough to play golf.
It will be though soon, very soon, in my opinion.
Not soon enough.
You know, like we're heading into that time of year.
I agree. Nacho Libre, smoking a pizza on the pellet grill is a game changer. And I'm telling you, the pellet flavor is really important. The apple pellets, dude. JJ, I'm more excited about eating than watching. Most people are. Pimp's gone pimp. What's up, Gumby? Exactly right. Looking forward to see history being made. The whole narrative being these guys couldn't make the Super Bowl without the refs. I don't know that it's a narrative.
I don't think that people are saying they can't make the Super Bowl.
They would not be. They would not be in the Super Bowl. That Josh Allen first down call, roughing the passer call was demoralizing to the Texans.
Yeah.
I can think of so many. Will you please stop saying Xavier Worthy? I'm going to slap you in the face if you say Xavier. It's Xavier Worthy. That Xavier Worthy no catch that was called a catch.
Yeah.
That changed that game. Those plays, both of those calls led to touchdowns. And I think it's hard to argue. Kansas shitty. The Cheats are really good. They're a very good football team. They have the best head coach. I think arguably the best head coach in the entirety of the NFL. And when I say that, I mean the history. No coach has ever been better than Andy Reid. They're very good. Hot take from Ferris Khan. Crock-pot stuff or 7-layer dip is better than for the Super Bowl than pizza. I think pizza is overrated depending on where you get it.
Yeah.
And the problem with pizza on Super Bowl is you can't order delivery. You got to pick up because they're just so slammed. Like in Salt Lake City, the Pie is probably the number one joint.
Yeah.
It'll be
hours.
You will not be getting delivery. You won't. Which gets cold after a few minutes. Hot pizza is an 8 of 10 for me. Room temp is 3 of 10. Dude, I don't disagree with you at all, Ferris. I think you're on to something there.
I think what we're trending towards is the chicken King's Hawaiian or chicken, Sando situation.
Yeah.
And then maybe the tater tot thing, as a potential side, maybe a smaller portion of that.
I don't know. My wife makes her chili, her tortilla soup. Like, I'm feeling kind of soupy lately.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time since she made chili. Dude, her chili is, then you pan fry some, you put olive oil in the bottom, just coat the bottom of a frying pan with olive oil, and you throw some lemon pepper on top of ground turkey, and you put that in my wife's tortilla soup or her chili. Your life has changed for the better. Trust me when I say that. San Diego State Glen. Monty. Hey, Monty. Shouldn't it be my wife, Mrs. Monty, is such a stud? It could be.
Right.
But that's a DEI hire, and we don't do that on this show, remember? Okay.
Yeah, it's Doge and stuff,
Doge. JC, Marnin. Ferris also says, sing it with me. No, I won't sing it with you.
No.
I'm not singing. She looks like an alien. Philly can win if Barkley has 30 carries and 150 yards. Philly has to win time of possession battle. I don't think it's carries, it's touches.
Yeah.
The Saquonator's got to have his hands on the ball.
Got to wear him out, bro.
And I think the way that you if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you've got to find a way to slow down the blitz from the Chiefs. This offense is far more capable than, like, Buffalo didn't have an answer because they don't have diversity in their offense. The Texans the same. You look at the way that you can spread the field. Philadelphia will spread the field, and they will force the Chiefs to drop a man off the line of scrimmage. They're not going to if you corner blitz Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts is not a prolific passer, but he gets rid of the football fast in certain situations. And when he does, good things happen. And I think that the crossing route to Goddard and I think the dump off to Saquon have to be huge plays in this offense because Kansas City's a man defense. And I think time of possession is going to control this game because there's no better offense in this league against zone than the Kansas City Chiefs. And no defense plays more zone than the Philadelphia Eagles. If this is a shootout, the Chiefs will win. But if the Eagles are just gonna spread the field and the Chiefs are gonna stay in man, I think there's a chance the Eagles could score 27 to 31 points in this game. And if that happens, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the Chiefs trailing in games is where they've been vulnerable. And that's why they need the first down call, the roughing the passer call, the catch down the field call. That Xavier Worthy catch that wasn't a catch against Buffalo absolutely stole the momentum back to Kansas City's side. Right? And you know damn well you're going to get a couple of things when you go against the Chiefs, especially at Geha. You're going to get terribly overrated barbecue, and you're going to get the officials making calls for the other team.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
That's what I'm saying. Cream cheese with raspberry jalapeno jam on crackers. Goated. Again, Mrs. Monty loves her spicy food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very Caucasian. Very Caucasian. But you put some jalapenos in some jam, you give me some jalapeno, easy jalapeno in a Beto's burrito. You give me some spicy sauce in a Beto's burrito. We went to Beto's last weekend and had the B crew. It was not good.
Uh-huh.
I think it was last weekend. At Beto's, the only breakfast burrito you get is a pico salsa burrito.
Mm-hmm.
But you need them to add whole pinto beans. And they added refried beans, so I didn't really eat it.
Yeah.
Refried beans are terrible for you. Good, terrible for you. It doesn't feel like a Super Bowl weekend.
Nope.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Sergeant Green, pitchers and catchers report February 11th.
Damn right they do.
That's exactly right. Brandon Bootlayer. NFL has had a finger on the scales for way too long. They have. Who's got Lil Smokies? Lil Smokies and some barbecue sauce? Hell yeah. Yes. My back in the not eating well days, my wife could knock out a Instapot of Lil Smokies. Ooh. Do we read his comments today?
I don't know.
Do we bring?
Give me one comment. One comment.
Okay. Ed Enriquez. Give me some Godfathers on Super Bowl Sunday. See what I did there. Godfather's Pizza. Is pizza what it used to be? If I lived in Arizona,
yes.
If I lived in Arizona, I would absolutely. Again, where's my recall memory? I would. There's the pizza place in Arizona. Oregano's. I'd be at Oregano's getting a thin crust sausage and onion. Done.
Like if you're having a party, if you're having 20, 30 people over, you're going to get like 5-6 pizzas, and then you're going to make some odds and ends.
Yep. Totally agree. JC, Eagles for Saquon. Other than that, don't care. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting for Philly. I said the formula for the Eagles to win. You're an Eagles fan. You've already stated that.
Yeah, you sent us a picture in an Eagles jacket, dude. Come on.
If I were Kansas shitty, I would counter with a bunch of short passes and keep the clock going. 4-yard pass is the same as a 4-yard run. Right. But the key for Kansas City winning the game is just being who they are, not trying to be too special or unique. And why is that? Because I think they're the best zone team offensively. You don't beat Patrick Mahomes playing zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble. You just can't do that. Mike Chase, I get the steak and egg burrito at Beto's. I love steak and eggs, but in the effort of being healthy, the pico salsa burrito, add whole pinto beans.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Big Papa War Machine. You doing all right, stadium guy? Yeah, he's apparently in mountain time zone.
Yeah.
He said today. Mike Chase, Little Smokies with barbecue sauce and grape jelly to die for.
A1.
To die for. Brandon Butler, the fact that the NBA is dominating Super Bowl week in the news cycle says something about how unexcited people are about the big game.
Dude, and I'm going to be honest, I needed it.
Wait. If we're talking about big game, that's the Jazz. Never mind. They didn't trade Walker Kessler, which I was very happy. They didn't trade anybody. Nope. Not Brandon, you're not going to pull me down that hole today.
Whoa.
West Coast Commissioner Gumby. Pizza Hut pan pizza is not what it used to be.
No,
it's
it is not.
Do you guys remember when you could go to Pizza Hut and you would get the salad bar?
Mm-hmm.
And do you
Dude,
remember
it was
when
a
like
vibe.
And it's not a vibe anymore.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite places to go as a kid.
It was awesome in Vegas. There was a Rosati's Pizza.
Yeah.
Having Rosati's Pizza was, I remember RC Cola and Rosati's Pizza when I was a kid. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're in a different time.
Yeah.
Hawaiian golfer. Pat is going to carve up that zone like a Thanksgiving turkey. I think so. All right, let's go.
Wow.
Mayor McCloskey. Jeremy Bolton, good morning. Caruso is dumb and I'm stoked for the Super Bowl. You are. We're talking about Super Bowl food. Noted Eagles fan, Stadium Guy James for $2. We're going to Grimaldi's tonight. Is it good? What do you mean were? You were going to go to, because that's past tense. Were.
Yeah.
You were, so you had thought about it, but you're not anymore. You were.
There's supposed to be a apostrophe there for we are. He's hyphenating.
Oh, we are. We are.
Yeah.
I can't tell you about Grimaldi's.
I'm giving you a fucking answer.
I don't know where you are, so I can't tell you. I don't know, James. Sergeant Morehue. Man, I miss that deep dish. Dude, deep dish. Going to Chicago in like 6 weeks-ish for opening day. Cannot wait. Rocher, we're having charcuterie. Oh, I love charcuterie.
Now look at this combination, though. Look at the combination.
Dip, ribs, and wings. I'm telling you, charcuterie is massively undervalued. Massively undervalued. Mrs. Monty and I picked up a charcuterie tray for Christmas when we were in LA, and I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
The jam, I'm telling you guys, if you're not a jelly jam preserve guy, I don't know what you're doing. Jelly jam preserves with some prosciutto and some just the breads, the cheeses, the charcuterie is where it's at. It is totally where it's at. Brandon Butler. What about the Utah Mamo Yeti laws? Only 4 points out of the wild card. Yeah. How about the Utah Yetis now having to play on no daylight savings time?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Utah's eliminating daylight savings time?
Got through the first part of the house.
My wife loves it so much. Yeah. I think the day that the clocks fall back, one of the greatest days of the year.
Yeah.
This is so stupid. I don't know why we do this. My wife hates it.
We're not making any changes.
She rarely gets excited about anything. Really, usually the only thing she's excited about is railing daylight savings time and seeing me nude. Those are the only two things that get the motor run. Anyway, so the only thing that gets her motor running in this house is daylight savings time sucks.
And new running shoes.
Yeah. I don't think she likes her new running shoes, but whatever. How does the virus currently hitting the Eagles D line? Yeah, did you guys hear about that?
The coronavirus.
Some folks are having it in both ends.
Dude.
Factor the offensive game plan for the Kansas shitty sheets and sheets.
It was the virus that killed it.
I don't know. From what I understand, they're going to inject bleach into their system.
Dude.
And they're just going to put a light up there.
Bro.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Listen. Suppository that Paxlovid. And let's move on.
It is very powerful.
Isn't Jalen Carter the perfect guy?
Bro.
Being all SRT and all. Gumby, I blame it on NBA pencil pushers. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here for the NBA trade cycle, energy.
Stadium Guy James, my wife and I are in Chandler, Arizona. Well, then you should be going to Oregano's Pizza. Yeah. That's where you get thin crust.
Grimaldi's is overrated.
That's where you get thin crust. That's where you get some. It's called Big Rig Pasta. The rigatoni. What's the salad called that we always get there?
The Pablo Picasso.
The Picasso salad.
Yeah.
Picasso salad, add pinto beans.
That salad is phenomenal.
We are unironically praising pizza cake, aka deep dish. We are, and it's not unironically. It is exactly what we should be doing.
Yeah.
It's how we live our lives on this show. Bria Parish, It's probably not how you pronounce it. The Taylor Swifts are going to win because the owner said she has been paying the refs to fix the game. So for the first time in history, a team will then will win a third straight Super Bowl. Okay.
Okay.
Use that tinfoil to make some wings, okay? My city had about 2 Godfather's restaurants a few years ago, all folded because people do not dine out anymore. They don't. Anyone down with the tip? Tri-tip, of course.
Dude.
Mr. Preston.
Preston, put your wrench away, okay?
Why? Why do
we've
that?
had enough.
Why do that?
Like, why are you, taking out the package pictures?
Okay, I won't.
Dude.
You want? What was Bill Belichick thinking?
Like,
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
did you put the picture in here?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, at the bottom. Of him and his girl.
God damn.
I mean,
first of all, bro, you don't have a tailor? What is that jacket you're wearing, fat ass? Second of all, god damn.
The cack.
I see that picture and I instantly am like, no, not that one. My bad. I'm instantly like, dude.
Bro.
Dude. Hoodie.
21.
Whoa. Dude.
Yeah. Good looking gal.
Bro. Like, what am I supposed to say to you? Right? Like,
to me?
No, to Chapel Bill.
Oh.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, listen, I understand you're rocking a fine set of nips, Bill. They ain't this fine.
Right.
Hot ass.
Oh, she is.
I mean, she looks good, dude.
I said, goddamn. Yes. How and why? How? I don't know.
F around and find out.
ACC Gumby says, shirtless Bill looks like shirtless Alex Jones. How off the reservation is that guy? And how is he still a thing? The funny thing is, one of the main reasons I'm not on X anymore pretty much ever, they promote Alex Jones posts constantly.
Constantly, dude.
Like, that old Bill Belly right there. Exactly.
Yeah.
That jacket should have been a Carolina blue. Well, that jacket should have been fit by a tailor, or you need to stop drinking beer because the boiler's coming. And did you not have a comb that day, Bill? You've got a sphinx on your left arm.
Hey, Bill, where's the cutoff footy, dude?
And look at all the rings on the right hand.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't look Ricky Fowler good. Right? I mean, Tricky Ricky with the big dicky.
Dude.
That's Ricky.
Stop package gazing, dude.
Stay hard.
Jesus.
And then I say, goddamn.
Yeah. It's nice, dude. He did well.
I admit that I was raised by a pack of gorillas, but I messed up somewhere. Derek Roche, 5 non-official memberships.
Take him up.
Appreciate you, Mr. Roche. Very good. Jeremiah Champion. That I know it sounds weird, but if you're getting chicken tenders, white gravy, and ketchup mixed together, no.
What are we, dude? What? How do you? This is not as bad as saying, Eli Manning is not a Hall of Famer, but this is you're pushing it, dude.
And you know what's scary? Jeremiah is a teacher. Please don't tell me you're sharing this kind of ridiculousness with your children.
How is that even possible?
No. The answer is no. The answer is no.
I was interested at the gravy portion. Chicken tendies.
Yeah, you're a big gravy
with a
guy.
little gravy.
No,
guy.
I'm more of a yogurt guy.
Yeah, that's kind of my style. I like the creamy sauce on
Thank
my
God
tendies.
Thank God hell's not real, because I would be on the next flight out.
Yeah,
honest to God.
I know redos.
Yeah, so I like the hot and creamy stuff, but adding ketchup to gravy, what are we doing? Like how?
I don't know.
By the way, how did you even discover that combination?
Who hurt you?
Yeah, like
Jeremiah?
Did you just mix them together on a plate, or what happened?
My guess is you were held for ransom, and because they didn't pay, they made you.
What the hell
They
is
made
this?
you. They made you mix gravy and whatever other concoction and eat it.
What is this? What am I supposed to do with this, dude?
It's a very it's a very valid question.
Did it hide that hog?
Hot dog. I'm gonna read it as it does say hog,
dude.
What was? Listen.
Listen.
Did Ricky think that camel would hide that hog? I read it as hot dog.
The cock.
Put the other picture up of dude in the bush, bro. That's my preferred picture. Look at this guy.
But, bro. Okay.
Monty?
Bro.
I mean, dude's got swag.
That's not what.
Yeah.
And then you can't see him in the bush. I mean, he can't golf anymore. But he's a good look. Ricky Fowler is a good look. He looks like an emaciated Leonardo DiCaprio. But Ricky, dude,
I mean, that outfit's way better than Jason Day's sweatsuit.
Shut up. Why do you do this?
You know.
With all due respect.
Like, at least he's got a polo on in this one. I mean, we can't see it, but we know it's there. And that's still better than.
Hey, bro, there were questions
I'm
about.
gonna wear a drawstring sweatsuit on the tour.
There were questions about Ricky Fowler and why he missed his tee time. Nobody saw him out there.
Yeah, you know. Gosh.
That's right, T.
What were you doing? Like, what was you? Because this is all about Puma Cobra.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a euphemism? Cobra?
What would you know about it? Tiny Jake, Thimble Boy. Anyway, I'm kidding. That's all about his clothing provider.
Yeah. I thought it was genius.
Why?
Because that's how it's done. Wear polo and pants and what you should be wearing, but just do it in a different way.
Okay. All right.
And Ricky's always been that guy that dresses out.
My wife says we are going to Oregano's tonight.
Hey.
And she's a smart lady for it.
Yeah.
She's a smart lady. No, I'm not going to.
James, we're not playing your game, dude.
And there's nothing you can do to me to make me do it.
Don't talk about your wife on this show ever again.
Dude.
Your track record in that category is not good.
I hope it won't come to that.
It's not about. I'm not going to bring up what you said, but you
No,
said.
I'm not doing that.
You said what you allegedly said that wasn't alleged because you actually said it.
James.
You need to get that drop back.
Yeah, I do.
That pick doesn't get Jake going. No meat gazing. Oh, it does. It does. Gabriel. And this is the reason why I watch the show wearing earbuds. Exactly right.
Buddy said, did Ricky Fowler really think that the camo suit was going to hide that hog? What am I supposed to do with that?
Me? I never said that. I was reading the comments. I was over here.
Schemers trying to control their little worlds.
Bro rolled out hog.
That hog.
Me? Doesn't make you feel responsible.
Hey, man, where are they playing that tournament? Dong Beach? Exactly. Jeremiah says, damn, talk to text.
Dude.
What did you say? But you said, yeah, if my husband wasn't a trucker, thing would be pretty difficult. What the fuck? What?
Pause, bro. Pause.
Ah, that's amazing. JC, you're instantly hot and sweaty. Somebody be ready to dial 911. Oh my God. Jeremiah says, I'm just saying that people that I have gotten to try it say it's not bad. Oh boy, is a teacher. He's just taking whatever is left in the fridge that he can afford, mixing it together and having something to eat. I mean, I'm not the weird food concoction guy.
Yeah.
You're
not mixing all the sodas together at the fountain.
No, which is disgusting. Stop it. I saw a TikTok on that the other day. And the worst part is, so this juvenile delinquent gets on TikTok and he goes into, and I shouldn't be surprised by this, He goes into a QT.
Me?
Which is by far the second best convenience store in the world next to Maverick.
Right.
He goes into a QT and goes up and gets, you know how QT has, like, I think it's not 32 ounces. It's a huge
cup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's a huge cup. And he puts a tiny bit of ice, and of course he uses the regular cubes because you can't be a criminal without that. And then
52 ounces.
There you go. And fills it up with a bunch of soda, but mixes all the sodas together. And then I thought that was bad, right? Like I thought, oh my God, we've got to, somebody call the cops, arrest this man.
Right.
But then he turns and he goes over to the syrup stand.
Oh, dear.
And you know how they have those pumps you can squirt like Jake?
Again, see that motion. This is a family program, dude.
It was downward. Oh, my. The pumps you can squirt, it wasn't upward, it was downward.
Right, downward motion.
The pumps you can squirt, and one was the maraschino cherry looking red stuff.
Yeah.
Another one was caramel. Another one was chocolate.
Yeah.
And another one was just this white creamy stuff that Jake likes.
Okay.
I don't know what flavor that white syrup is. And then another one was just clear. It looked like corn syrup. He puts it in there. And then takes the cup by the bottom and the top, puts this plastic lid they give you on top of it, shakes it up, opens it up, and he chugged it.
Oh.
And I'm like, dude, where's your insulin?
Dude.
Somebody take that guy to the hospital. Like,
that's disgusting.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
That is disgusting.
And listen, as my former fat ass self who used to love fountain soda, I understand it. I don't understand that. And if you're drinking fountain soda, just know you're saying, yeah, I'm going to get diabetes, and I'm okay with that. Soda's so bad for you. Anyway, there endeth the lesson. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen on TikTok. I remember when they invented chocolate. It's a SpongeBob reference. Okay.
Okay.
Again, okay. How long ago have you ever watched a full episode of SpongeBob?
No, never watched an episode front to back. No.
You were Blue's Clues guy.
Yeah. Blue's Clues, Thomas the Train, you know.
I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of SpongeBob.
Definitely have watched more Chicago PD than SpongeBob.
Dude, the episode, the crossover episode of Chicago PD 2 weeks ago.
With Stabler?
No. The crossover, see, you say stupid stuff like that. What am I supposed to do with you?
That was a reference earlier in the show.
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with that?
Nothing, because it's a good reference.
When you denigrate the greatness of Chicago, C Pizzle, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. Season 1, Hank Voight should come in here and punch you in the face.
Well, I've been watching the whole season, so I'm down.
I'm just saying. You don't need Camo to play Hide the Hog.
Dude. Again.
But James and Jimmy, I just want you to understand, as a UW fan, I understand why you're a tuck and fold guy, and I assume that's what you're talking about. Those of us that are anatomically
tuck and fold guy.
Well, he's a Washington fan. And not the Commanders. The other Washington.
That's quite enough.
And he's talking about you don't need Camo to play Hide the Hog. I don't know any other way to play Hide the Hog in your own pants. What other conclusion shall I come to?
How is it that on this program here, Hide the Hog is now a goated poll?
Jeremy Bolton. After my kid brought me a drink when he mixed all the drinks together and said, "This is good, try it." I don't know how is everybody who's got kids not just fat? The one of the things that I really enjoy is, again, my wife really needs to be on the show today, but we buy these strawberries. I think they're dehydrated strawberries from Costco that are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But usually they're right next to the strawberry covered macadamia nuts that are, listen, I went on a bender last week of strawberry covered macadamia nuts, and I'm not proud of it, but I went on a bender, and I would do it again. I would do it again because It's that food. You know when a food is really good, it gets all over the place. It's on your shirt, it's on your face. In Jake's case, it's in your mouth. Like, it's really good. These chocolate-covered macadamia nuts, they're dusty, so it gets on your hand, it gets on your pants.
Dude. What am I supposed to do with this?
I love that show.
But when you can take that nut in your mouth and
wait. Quote, hide the hog. Quote, take that nut in your mouth.
I'm telling you now, the strawberry covered macadamia nuts at Costco, don't buy them. Leave more for me. Don't buy. They're so good. Oh my God. But then they're right next to like fruit roll-ups.
No.
And they're right next to fruit by the foot.
No.
And they're right next to all the chocolate and all of the. Dude, it's so good. Jeremiah Champion, the show today is fired. We may get fired for this. Okay, do I read his comment?
What does it say? What?
ACC West Coast Commissioner Gummy, seems like I'm not having breakfast now.
Well,
Probably
was it the nut in your mouth reference?
Oh, okay. I didn't say nut in your mouth. You discuss. Why do you see? Why this is a family show? Why would you say that?
Well, you said it first.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
No, I said take the nut in your mouth. I didn't say. Never mind.
Slight difference.
Not slight. I remember when they invented chocolate. SpongeBob reference. Okay. Do I read his comment today? Do I let him in on the fun?
It's the Morty Show. You decide.
Okay. Welcome to the nightmare. That drink is truly a suicide mission.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I've never understood. See, and we've experienced this before in prior years. This was like pre-pandemic, but like we've been to Super Bowl parties where people will roll up with their QT cup with like 80 different sodas in it, and I just don't understand it.
Listen, if you're the person that rolls up with the fountain soda cup, I'm gonna need to check your blood sugar before we let you in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, it tells me something about your moral compass.
Right.
It lets me know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know. And I mean,
that's how I look at it.
I don't judge people. Well, that's a lie, I do. But you know, I mean, you do you and stuff. JC, no cap. The first time I used one of those high-tech soda machines with a gazillion flavors, I was like, where and how? Exactly right.
Yeah, I don't know why. I hate the concept of, we gotta have a touch screen to operate the soda. Why? Why can it not just be a traditional?
Because people like newfangled stuff.
Gosh.
People like newfangled stuff.
Well,
I've watched a kid. Yeah, well, I do. Because I've watched a kid at the movie theater in one of those fangled machines.
Yeah.
Put every flavor of the Minute Maid lemonade into one cup. And I don't know who the wretched parent was that said, well, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, Jimmy, go ahead and have some fun at the soda machine. But that kid is on an IV drip today. You know that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
Think that's HIPAA?
There's no way not to. The green Teletubbies is the best one.
Okay. I'm not doing kids shows, dude.
I've never watched Teletubbies. Never, ever.
What Sergeant Green said.
Drive about an hour outside of the D.C. area to buy all of my charcuterie meats and cheeses. Is it at a rest stop at night in the dark? Along with beef, chicken, eggs from a local farmer. Buying fresh food from the farmer is the way to go. I tell you guys every year, my wife subscribes to a farm to table box, and it's the best food you'll ever get. Their eggs are just better. Now, I can't afford eggs. I'm not. Everybody ain't
to go
able.
Down and everything, you know.
Everybody ain't able, and that includes me.
Right.
Everybody ain't able.
Right.
Eggs are too expensive.
Yeah.
Well, there she is. Mrs. Monty just rolled into the studio.
Right.
Should we there's no room to have her on the set here, but I would ask her about Super Bowl food, but Mr. Preston, I'm going to use that one on my wife. Hey, babe, want to play a new game? It's called Hide the Hog. Gabriel, well, it's official. Today's show is off the rails. Yes, it is.
Yep. It's Friday.
It is. We show up. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Gabriel, mixing soda is so childish. Sounds like something I did in middle school to look cool. Dude,
He's got no class.
It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
And I haven't. My wife, I think, probably has dabbled in it. She's doesn't drink much soda. She doesn't drink much. She's a coffee drinker, a water drinker.
Water ice.
She's a bit of a wino, but not really anymore. Like, I don't know how I would even drink a soda at this point. I'm not sure what would it take if somebody was like, hey, we're holding Jake hostage. We're going to cut his thimble off if you don't drink that soda.
We're holding Jake hostage. We're hiding the hog, so you're going to have to drink this soda.
We're going to put the strawberry nut in his mouth if you don't drink the soda. I wouldn't drink
I think I've hit it every time.
I'm willing to live with the consequences. I dare you. But, let's see. Gabriel, yeah, I'm with you. I don't drink soda anymore. It's terrible for you. Is Mrs. Monty Chat's mom? Could be.
Who the hell is Chat?
She's the mother of all chats. Uda Van Jim, 7-8 Diet Coke, 1-8 sugar lemonade. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm fine with the nut and the anus, but the fixed Mountain Dew drink talk is making my tummy hurt. Oh, my tummy!
Dude.
Oh, I can feel my tummy. Do you guys remember?
Honestly, I'd start stroking, guys.
Does anybody on this show know who Charles Nelson Riley is? Do you know who Charles Nelson Riley? Jake doesn't know. He was.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Fat Jesus. The touch screen is always sticky. We're chat, Jake. Don't feel frightened. Exactly. Okay, we are chat. There you go.
See, he got it right though.
We are with the apostrophe in it. Yeah. A couple more. The kids of the 70s pioneered mixing all the sodas at the fountain. I admittedly, back in my youth, when I was a youth,
a young blood,
right. Not the two youths.
Right.
Back in my youth, when I lived in good old Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and Palatine, Illinois.
Palatine.
You guys remember back in the day when White Hen Pantry was a thing?
Yes.
Do you remember the old 7-Elevens when they were actually good?
Yeah, 7-Elevens really had a fall off, dude.
You're a guy who likes to slurp it up. I used to go to 7-Eleven like once a week in the summer. There was one down the street from our house, and we were allowed to walk to it. I vividly remember mixing Slurpee flavors.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as far as I've gotten into mixing that sweet stuff. I don't go much further than Dev MC, Chris Christie drop is still elite. Yeah, it is. You've no class one. That is Chris Christie. Yeah. Welcome to the nightmare. I haven't had soda in over a year and I don't miss it at all. Neither do I.
Yeah.
Gabriel, 7-Elevens were good. Yes, they were.
At a certain time.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, at a certain time.
Fat Jesus. Charles Nelson Riley was crazy. As a kid, I was like, who is this guy?
That's what I'm saying.
He was amazing.
Dude.
Dude,
who the fuck is that guy?
Charles Nelson Riley was so incredibly talented. Gumby says 7-Eleven always been sus.
Okay, what's your preferred option?
I don't go into 7-Elevens.
What's your preferred option?
Maverick.
Well, yeah, that
QT is probably Maverick or QT.
Outside of the great state of Utah. It's QT.
Probably QT is the best.
Yeah.
But the problem is you got to go to the QT in the right neighborhood. So
yeah, not all QTs are created
any
equal.
of the QTs in Kansas City, don't do it. They're terrible.
Right.
But in South Phoenix, where it's safe, bring your kids.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry about that knifing that happened on the corner. It's fine.
The shooting
at the it's fine. Not a problem.
And never ever. What's the other one that was the other convenience store in Phoenix that's on every corner that's always a crap hole. Oh my God.
Oh, bro. Gosh.
What's the name of that one? It was right
Dude,
next
I
to the
know what
Fry's
you're
gas
talking about.
station.
I know what you're talking. Circle K.
Circle K. Don't ever, ever. Listen.
You want to play hide the hog? You go into Circle K.
You want to put that nut in your mouth? You go to Circle K. Right? You guys, I'm telling you right now, the strawberry covered macadamia nuts at Costco.
Circle K is dangerous, bro.
Circle K, exactly right. Don't go to Circle K. Dude, I'm telling you.
You're a Phoenician. Do you go to Circle K regularly?
No, he doesn't go to. No. QT is the bomb, Fat Jesus says. 7-Eleven means you are in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do it. And again, I think it's neighborhood to neighborhood.
Yeah.
In Vegas, I'm never going to 7-Eleven.
Nope.
But all of the convenience stores in Vegas are not great. There's a few Mavericks spread around, but then you go out to Summerlin.
Summerlin's a different world now.
And
bro.
you can, right?
Yeah, Summerlin's nice as hell.
And then you can go to 7-Elevens in Summerlin and not worry about your personal safety.
Such as in like.
Right? The integrity of your butthole is not in question.
Americans.
Yeah.
But in Phoenix, you go to that QT on Baseline in South Phoenix, you're going to get murked.
Baseline 7th.
You're going to get murked. Baseline in 7th. Yass is grass. You're going to get murked. Right by my house, there's a really nice 7-Eleven. Never going in there. There, like here in Jeddah,
I never go to that 7-Eleven either. That's so funny.
There is but there's a convenience store in every corner.
Yeah, Holiday's right across the street.
I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I don't usually. I like Holiday.
Holiday's not even that much nicer. I don't know. I don't go to that 7-Eleven.
It's not any worse.
Yeah.
But I'm a Maverick guy.
Yeah.
I am. The Hawaiian golfer, I would never go into a Circle K even if I was on fire. Never. Ever.
Dude.
Never.
Even if you were on fire.
Sometimes if I'm feeling sus, I step into an all sups. Okay. Have you guys ever been to Come and Go? Well, I know you have. You thought it was something else. Jake thought it was an adult bookstore. It was actually a convenience store that Maverick bought out. Maverick's the GOAT, in my opinion. You're not a fan, Jim. Back in the 80s when they had mini arcades and comic book racks at 7-Eleven.
Dude, I'm telling you,
that?
7-Elevens fall off is crazy.
Bro, we walked into... I bought a new couch over the weekend. First of all...
Yeah, when does that get here?
Screw you.
Yeah, are we going to have that for Sunday?
Couches are so expensive.
Yeah, I know.
You know what the biggest problem buying a new couch is? You got to get rid of your old one.
They don't take it for you?
No.
Really?
No, they won't. They won't.
Wow.
And I
so
have.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm probably just going to call a junk hauling company and say like, hey, bro.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Because it's not that my couch I currently have sucks. It's almost 10 years old.
Yeah.
And it's the recliner. My wife is she's such an elitist. I was down for the fabric couch with the ottoman.
Yeah, but see, again, you're going to leave stains all over it, dude.
I'm not doing that because I want a recliner. I want to sit down and I want to put my feet up in a recliner, bro. Okay. Honey. Like, I'm sitting on a couch that I would have bought. And of course, it was less expensive than the Ferrari rocket ship, the blue shaped penis type couch that my wife picked out.
Only the best, dude.
But she just threw a sus flag at me. But we agreed. I don't think that I'll ever be able to have a couch that's not a power recliner.
Cashless.
Yeah. That fucking thing was $4,000.
Dude, that is
$4,000.
Not one or two or three.
$4,000.
This case is empty.
0% financing for 48 months.
Empty. The opposite of full.
We'll pay that off quick to the largest bank in Utah, which is RC Willey.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I realized is, you know how hard it is to get rid of old furniture?
Yep.
Dude, I'm going to wind up paying some guy named Hugo to show up at my house and
in
just
his dually with his trailer
and just simply manpower that couch out of my house.
Yeah.
I'm going to wind up doing
the right
that.
way to do it, dude.
But I'm telling you, we bought, and admittedly, my wife picked out the couch.
Yeah.
I would not have picked this one out. And
Why
then
not?
It just looks like your grandpa's couch. Like it's kind of like that Nubuck suede. I couldn't afford real leather, so let me pick this one out.
It's a dangerous material, bro.
It's actually not. It's really a nice couch. It's a leather couch. It's a power recliner. But you want to know how I know that I have a life partner? And sure, let her try and file divorce. Let's see what happens then. You want to know how I have a wife partner? Not only does she buy me that strawberry nut at Costco,
dude, bro,
she picked out a couch that the recliner has a little pop-up on the end of the the part that holds your legs up. When you fully recline it, it has a pop-up for tall people. That's how I know. Dude.
You have to check it before you wreck it.
That's what I'm saying. Hawaiian golfer, power recliners are the only way to go. Mrs. Monty is a woman of taste. Well, she did marry me. Idiot. Gabriel, preach, golfer. It ain't a couch without a recliner. It ain't a couch without a recliner.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Big Papa War Machine. For some reason, I'm seeing a trash can flying at Monty's off screen. Well,
and again, I need to clarify. It's not MONTE, but right. It's right here. So it's MONTY. Can we just clarify that?
We made a float shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to the top.
My point is, yes, we paid $4,000 for a couch, and I think it'll be worth it. It is
Smiles and glory holes.
because we're not the couple. We sit together. We actually watch. We laugh at each other's TikToks together. And last night we were doing tax stuff together. And my wife was like, if we get one of those couches that's not a power recliner, you're going to wind up sitting in the power recliner. We have one recliner and we won't be sitting together. And I'm like, I know, that was kind of the point. And I didn't say that. She makes a good point. The ottoman thing is awkward. Like I am tall. So I have an ottoman right now, and it's not nearly as comfortable as this recliner that we got.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's 4Gs because everything's more expensive now.
I guess.
And it won't be here until March, I think. The first week of March.
Yeah.
So I have like a couple of weeks to figure out what the hell am I going to do? Because I have a huge L-shaped sectional couch. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm going to wind up.
The art of it is how do you time it so you don't have to go like 3 days without a couch?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And the answer is I don't know. I'm going to wind up sitting on my floor in my living room, and that will not be comfortable. I need to watch less TV at night. Last night, we didn't watch very much TV at all last night. What did we?
I got the YouTube TV.
Because I dreamed about it. The Flip Off with Tarek El Moussa. It's one of the shows that we watch. Because you don't watch the news anymore. Who does that?
Yeah.
And you know what I've been doing lately? In my dreams, a song from that show, not like the main song or whatever, but like I watch Miami Vice every day at lunch. When I eat my lunch, I turn on Miami Vice reruns. And there's a baseline song that runs in the background.
It's like the Sopranos song that you can never forget.
The other night I slept like crap because I had that song running through my head. Last night, it's not even the theme to Flip Off. The Flipping El Moussas is a different show. All night long. And then at 1 o'clock, I'm sure I was passed out, probably just dead asleep.
Right.
And the wind comes back and decides to wake me up. No more wind. No more stupid TV theme songs. I cannot wait to sleep until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. It is, yeah. Jaron Eccles. Hey, Monty, I've got a truck and a trailer. I'll get rid of it for you. The body. Yeah. No. See,
yeah,
I've done this.
Yeah, we're not doing that, dog.
How should I say this nicely? The loser that usually buys couches off of KSL, every one of them has come to my house. Whether it was selling my Rubicon stock wheels and tires, that was a fiasco. I can't remember the other things I've sold. Dude, it's always Sketch Bra coming to my house.
Well, no, it was off of the yard sale where we've had some, it's when someone comes to a yard sale and wants to buy like the biggest piece of furniture you're offering,
dude,
but drives a Mini Cooper. And so they're like, hey, bro, I'll be back in like 5 hours with a trailer. And so you wind up having to hold the piece of furniture.
I can't remember the other things I sold on KSL. It was car parts.
Yeah.
I think, I remember. I almost perfectly remember the stock running boards from the Rubicon.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you sell a washer and dryer or so? Wasn't there an appliance that we sold at one point?
We did. I think. Oh, the stove in the oven. That's right. The stove in the refrigerator.
Yes.
The refrigerator that came with our house.
Yes.
Well, that guy was fucking weird.
Weirdo.
That guy was like, we did that one
really
together. That's
weird,
right.
Dude.
I even forgot about that, bro.
Yeah.
That dude was strange. Like lurking behind the garage. It's like, okay, nah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want strange dude coming to my house.
Yeah.
I don't. And the other thing is, I try not to tell you I'm a 1%er. I'm totally a 1%er.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to move my own furniture. Do you know why I haven't put new floors in my house? Do you know why I haven't put new floors in my house?
It's a massive inconvenience.
Because I don't want to move my furniture.
Yeah, I mean, it's a massive inconvenience.
Do you know why I haven't had Wayman Brothers come out and repaint my house? Because I don't want to go through it.
Yeah.
I hate. And I think if I said to my wife, what's the number one thing you hate about our house? Oh, the kitchen counters, for sure. Done. Not even a conversation. Oh, that's so expensive. It's not. It's $3,000. We can afford that. Have we done it? No. You know why? Because I don't want to deal with it.
But
the inconvenience of, because that's outside.
Yeah.
They don't have to come in the house. I ain't got to hide my guns. Like, I don't want to deal with it. Right? Like, you know what sucked about when we had our hot tub installed? I was doing a major presentation the day the electrical was being done for my hot tub. I'm in the middle of an unbelievable presentation. The guy cuts the power to the house. Like, I don't want to deal with it. I need. And when I say I need, you could take a crap on my counters in my kitchen and nobody would see it because they're so dark. Like, my counters in my kitchen, you can't keep them clean. I honestly think the dirt fairy shows up every night when I'm sleeping and puts dried up food on my counter.
On the counters.
I'm telling you,
big dump in their pants.
The granite on my countertops, you cannot see. It's terrible.
But Monty, it's granite.
My wife wants to put in like some veiny marble looking quartz. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
We even went and picked it out.
Well, and I think the house
all for it.
needs some of those brighter colors.
Yes,
it would
and
really
we need to rip out the floors and we need to put LVP through our house. I'm not doing it.
Now, the good news is that your cabinets are actually pretty nice cabinets.
Yeah, we don't need to change them. I think I would either paint them or leave them the way they are. They're a natural wood color, fine. I didn't build the house. I didn't pick the colors.
Right.
Whoever the jackwagon was that built this house painted every wall the exact same color. The trim, the baseboard, the door case, all of it is the same color.
It is tan eggshell savant.
And I'm just like, no, you know what it is? It's the color of the lining, the color of your intestines. That's what the color of my house is. It's terrible. I'm not painting it because it is an amazing pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, having to move all that stuff is
I'll
ridiculous.
just put it all in the middle of the room, kid. When you had Crazy Psycho Girlfriend in Mesa, you guys did your floors. How much of a pain in the ass was that?
Huge pain in the ass. It took now that place was a lot smaller than your place. And they did it in 3 phases. So first phase was the downstairs, and what they did is they literally just moved stuff around the house. We didn't take anything out. Like, they just were like, because basically, like, if you picture this in your head, you walk in, you've got the living area, then you've got a bit of a hallway, and then you get to the back of the place where there's like the kitchen and the kitchen table. It was a small little townhouse.
Yeah.
So they basically just moved stuff around the room.
And that's where she threatened to destroy all your Jordans, right?
Yeah.
And she threw stuff around the upstairs.
And no comment. But anyway, the point is, such as in like, it
and then she was like,
great.
let's smash one more time.
Stay hard.
Anyway.
Oh man, the stories I could tell you. I actually have told those all on the show already. And trying to hire a professional painter would be a pain in the wallet. No, Wayman Brothers. I have the guys.
Yeah, that's not the point.
I've got the guys.
Dude, Wayman Brothers is so good. Like,
they've done work in my house. I've got the dudes. I don't want to have to deal with it.
Convenience thing.
And my wife is getting to the point where that's not gonna work anymore. The excuse of I don't want to deal with it. She is at the point now where she's already ready to say, well, you're gonna deal with it.
I mean, I have to say, doing the counters really shouldn't be that much of an undertaking.
It's probably one day.
Yeah.
It's probably one day.
The issue is the dust and stuff that comes with doing the counters.
And then I have to pay the cleaning people to come in and do a post-construction cleanup.
Yeah.
So that's probably 2 bills. It's incredibly dusty.
Yeah.
Then I got to move my fish tank. Then I got to I just don't want to deal with
but your fish tank,
of
with
that.
all due respect, is not like a,
No,
Smithsonian museum level fish
it's
tank,
20
bro.
gallons, but I don't just shut up. Shut up. It's just
Rico, Paco, and Ted can't move.
Okay. It's Crockett and Tubbs. are the two. Yes, I am the guy that names some of my fish. Bro, again, I thought my shrimp were dead. My wife had a revelation the other day. We bought 4 shrimp to eat the algae in our fish tank.
You were. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I thought we were going a different route there for a second.
Anyway, we bought 4 shrimp to put in the fish tank to eat the algae.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, cool. And like 3 days later, there were dead shrimp bodies on the bottom of the tank. We're like, damn, our shrimp died. Every other fish is doing incredibly well. And we're looking, because I look at my fish tank all the time. I love it. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. There's some shrimp. What? They're not dead.
Dead?
There were a couple of shrimp on this log of plants we have. So we've been going through this, and the other day, there they were on the bottom of the tank dead. And I tried to tweezer them. My wife bought these big, long tweezers for the fish tank.
Right.
And I tried to tweezer them out. I couldn't grab them because it just disintegrated and got sucked into the filter.
Yeah.
And I tell her that. I'm like, yeah, we're down to no shrimp, by the way. And she was kind of upset about it. And she's like, I wonder if they molt. Just out of nowhere. Like, do they shed their exoskeleton?
You think you know it all.
I Googled it, and it turns out they do, like twice a week in the first 5 months of their life. And I think we have 3 of the 4 shrimp are still in the tank. Because they pop out, they're running around, and then they go hide.
So what happened to the other one?
I don't know. It's probably there. If we're being honest, there's probably all 4 of them there. They hide in crevasses and under rocks, and I have a bunch of plants, and it's fine. Well, Teddy and the goat heister in all of history. Growcock. Yes, exactly. I'm just telling. Yeah, I miss Teddy Wayman too. I don't know where Teddy is. Although I have a feeling when he
was here last week. He said that he just works a lot. He listens to the show every day.
When we make our announcement, I'm sure that Teddy will be on the show more.
Yeah.
The Cougar King of Draper, Teddy Wayman, our OG brother. Yeah, the Cougar Slayer. He's a tile master. That guy has fixed the tile in I hired a terrible contractor before I knew the Waymans were alive. They built our studio at Maverick Center.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're great contract. I've got the guys. My wife knows what she wants to do. She wants to build a banquette in our dining room.
When you want to put up with it.
Lay the LVP, like all of it.
You need to time it for when you're gone. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, but then I have to trust you to handle it. And we all know how that always turns out.
Well,
it never turns out bad. I don't know. You know what? I just need to be a man about it and deal with it, because it would make our quality of life, the 3 or 5 days of pain to lay new flooring.
I do think the banquet idea is elite.
It's
that
fantastic.
Would be so good in there.
My wife's an incredible.
I mean, if you had that whole space with that and a nice little table, that would be amazing.
Yep. Benches. We have a big window in our kitchen. You could put a bench under it.
Yeah.
Could hide all my golf shit in there. Like, it would be amazing. We could put our cookbooks in there. Overflow everything. It would be amazing. That, or we've talked about having them build like custom built-ins against this one wall in our kitchen. So we have there's all kinds of things you could do, but you actually have to, do it.
Yeah.
We've gotten bids on it. The Wayman brothers have given us estimates.
It is purely just when you want to do it. That's all it is.
Never. The answer is never.
Well, it's worth the pain. I guarantee you'll enjoy it a lot more.
I think this spring we'll probably wind up doing the counters, because I can't take the counters anymore.
Yeah.
I go up there every day.
The question is going to be, when you do the counters, how long are you going to be able to tolerate new counters in that without doing anything else?
Oh my God. Do you want a throwback reference? Can't even trust Jake not to answer the door when the cops show up.
You're not wrong, bro. Yeah.
One story, and then we really have to go. Back in the day when we lived in Arizona.
Yeah.
I allegedly got caught on a red light camera.
Back when that was a big push in Phoenix.
Never sent the ticket to me. Never mailed it. Nope. Clock's ticking. They have, I think, 90 days to get me to sign the ticket. If I don't sign the ticket, they cannot prosecute. I don't know how many people know. This law may have changed. When we lived there.
Yeah. This was like 10 years ago now.
The traffic camera law in Arizona was you have to actually admit you ran the light or the ticket's invalid. Right? I knew that. So Jake is at my house one day.
And again, I was a kid. I I don't have some crime track record.
Dude, you were 20-something years old.
I don't have a criminal history.
You were not a kid. No.
Bro, I'm not familiar with cops knocking on my door, dude.
You were not a kid.
I'm not familiar with cops knocking on my door.
At the time, he was a pristine virgin.
God forbid,
which he still is.
I would answer one question.
So one day, anyway, you have 90 days. 89 days and 11 3/4 hours. Oh, Jimmy from the city of Mesa's at the door. Jake answers the door.
Wait, I didn't know it was him when I answered the door.
Hello? Hey, is Tim here?
Yeah, he's right out back. Let me go get him.
Who are you? And the guy's wearing a Mesa police thing, a jacket. Like he's the FBI coming to arrest me.
That would be of consequence to me.
Yeah, screw you.
Why would
anyway, the point is,
how would I know?
What, you're supposed to be a ride or die, jackwagon. Well, anyway, the point is, the guy comes to the door. Hey, is Tim here? Who are you? Well, we're with the Mesa police. Sure, hang on. Not don't answer the door. Maybe look out the peephole. Nope. Cops are at the door. I'm not answering. Right? I've talked about this before. The cops knock on my door. My first question is, do you have a warrant? Through the Ring camera. Oh, no, but some people...
I don't think you had a Ring camera on that door.
I don't think we did. But some people...
My God, bro.
Some people are like, oh, no, come on in, Officer Friendly. So, of course, I walk up to the door, and what's the guy got? He's got a clipboard with a picture of me running the light. Hey, is this you? Is this your car? Brutal. So there you go. I didn't run the light. Yeah, God damn it. I paid that speeding ticket I got the other week in Beaver County, Utah.
Yeah, how much did it end up being?
He gave me a discount because it was supposed to be double check. It was supposed to be $459.
Gosh.
And I couldn't pay it online. For some reason, the payment link wasn't active, so I called. This is the weirdest shit in Beaver County, Utah. Mm-hmm. First of all, don't speed in Beaver County, Utah. Or at least don't do 104. That's my advice to you. Not from experience, of course. Anyway, the point is, so I call the Beaver County court, and the guy answers the phone. Hey, Judge so-and-so. I'm like, oh, hey, this is me. I'm trying to pay this online, and the payment link is not active. Okay, let me look it up. And he's like, oh, because we didn't put all the fees in here. And he's like, it's going to be, there were like over $100 in fees. Mm-hmm. Do you know that they charge you to waive traffic? If you are ineligible for traffic court, they charge you.
Yeah.
If you talk to the judge, they charge you. Then to process what the judge said to you, they charge you. It was going to be $505. And the guy's like, you know what? You're trying to pay it. You're doing your best. I appreciate that you actually called us instead of letting it go past the line. We're going to waive all of your fees. It'll be $420.
Nice.
So it's still $420.
Yeah, nice car payment there.
God damn it.
Yeah.
That was not good. Cruise control.
Yeah.
Cruise control.
Yeah.
So, Fat Jesus. Yep. I like to go nice and slow in Beavertown. Yep. I've heard that about you. I'm usually only in Beavertown like 30 seconds, so it doesn't.
21.
UW fan Jim. Monty's a Georgia fan now. All team SRT. Goes to show you you can violate the law for a price. Well, you're probably not wrong about that. You guys know what the mascot of Beaver High School is, right? It's the Beaver Beavers. No, it is not. Is it really the Beaver Beavers? Monty's officially all first team, all SRT. First team, all SRT. I don't even argue that.
Stay hard.
I've got the Eagles winning 31-27.
Chiefs.
Until the officials step in and the Chiefs win 34-31.
31-24.
Can you do
Chiefs.
something for me? 34-31 Chiefs. There will be at least one bad call to decide the game. Love every one of you. Good to see everybody here today.
Enjoy your food.
Big announcement on the show coming in a few weeks. We'll have that for you. Don't choke on your food, please. And remember, the Monty Show is always presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. You get hurt at work, you slip and fall, you have an accident, somebody rear-ends you, theadvocates.com, where you can chat with an injury attorney live online. And it won't cost you a dime. 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com. Until the Chiefs cheat their way to a Super Bowl. Say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.